Am I live? It was delayed or something. Whoa. Wait. Hold on a second. Give me 1 minute. I want to make sure I have it. My earphones hooked up to the right thing. Shoot, dang it. They're hooked up to my freaking phone. Hold on one second. They hooked up to the wrong thing. Of course. I haven't had an issue at all this whole time with I've been using my AirPods for my computer like all day. And then, of course, hold on, it should work. Come on, don't give me a problem. Okay, I think I got it. Anyway, what's up, guys? I missed you. Yes, it's working now. Okay, I missed you guys. I wanted to play this song, so I was like looking for music for my Taylor videos or whatever. You know, if I just put a new one out where I put a bunch of music in it. So I found this Above Envy. That's that one song a lot of people liked. Well, that's the artist Above Envy. And so I found another song by them that I really like, and I was trying to upload it to StreamYard so I could play it, you know, for the intro. I was saying hi to everybody. It's too big to upload to StreamYard, but I could probably just share my screen and play it. You guys want to hear it? Get us pumped up for the live, and I could say hi to people in chat. Yeah, hold on. Let me do it. You feel like it? Hey Sarah, yay! I'm here. What's up, Casey? What? Okay. Let's do it. You guys want to listen to it or no? What do you think before we start? What's up, Ashley? Hey, Sea Breeze. Wyatt, what's up? Michelle. Hey, Sarah. The only thing is I was just going to like maybe say hi in chat typing because I won't be able to, if the video, if it's playing. What do you think? No music? Oh, you don't want to? Okay. Well, put a 1 if you want to hear it. It's just one song. Put a 1 if you want and a 2 if not. A lot of people start with streams as like a song just while everybody's coming in to get it started. I forget now what 1 meant, guys. 1 for music, right? And 2 if not. Is that what the 1 is for music? Okay, yeah, let's just play it. Hold on. You guys, it's a good song. It's that Above Envy, that one. A lot of people were liking the artist. It was that one song. Hold on a second. Stop. Yeah, let's do it. It's kind of a cool song, too. All right, here we go. Let me pull it up. It's kind of a cool song. I kind of like it. You know? And plus it's on my the music that I'm allowed to play because I got the copyright license for them. So it's like, let's do it up. Let's jam out a little bit. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. Plus, I just want to. I will be able to say hi and chat to some people. It's actually called Amazing by Above Envy. All right. I want to make sure I play. Hold on. I'm on mute. I'm on mute. Okay, I said come back if you guys. It's only going to be what 3 minutes. Let's just listen to it. I think it's pretty cool. You can hear me now, right? I don't know why I'm all caps. Why am I all caps? What the heck? Oh, I thought you were hearing it the whole time. Stupid. It's the stupid AirPods. It's the stupid AirPods, you guys. When you have AirPods, I shared my audio, but for some reason they don't want to do it. Tell me, I'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll move on. But tell me if you could hear it right away when I play it, okay? If it doesn't work now, then screw it. Ready? I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but okay, tell me, can you hear it now? I know, but they have so much better
we staying out too late.
Okay.
Spending all the money that we make.
Oh, you.
Auntie vodka and big lemonade. We go hard at making big mistakes. They say we're bad for each other, but they don't know us. They don't know us. Ride or die, we gon' stick together. Ain't nobody else just like us. Yeah, I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. We ain't gonna change it. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. And we're nothing like that. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but you and me, we running down the street. Yeah, we're just as reckless as we seem. I'll bail you out every day, take all your secrets to my grave. You and me against everything. They say we're bad for each other, but they don't know us. They don't know us. Ride or die, we gon' stick together. Ain't nobody else just like us. Yeah, I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. We ain't gonna change it. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. And we're nothing like that. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but when we go hard, yeah, we go hard. When we go hard, yeah, we go hard. When we go hard, yeah, we go hard. Yeah, I know we're so fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. We ain't gonna change it. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. And we're nothing like that. Let's behave it. Don't care if we hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing.
Okay. Well, I'll just finish this thing. I thought it was pretty cool. They have some good music. The one they also was the one that when they were taking it's called Good. It's called Good, and it's when they were taking the pictures of Taylor. I put the music in, and a lot of people liked it. And I liked it too. It was a really good song. So I found more. I looked specifically at Above Envy because I was like, they're pretty good. And yeah, I found this song. I have actually a few more songs I like by them. They're good. And I'm allowed to use their music. Okay. So yes, I'll check it out, Melanie. Usually I'm on it, but I've been just busy and I missed it. But yeah, his music always comes out on Fridays. I'll check it out definitely. Okay, so yeah, you guys ready? I don't know what to start with. Sarah, help me. Since you sent it to me, let me see. I'll just go in order how you sent it. So well, first of all, hold on. I want to go over some documents too. So I want to go over some trial highlights and there's like parts of documents. So you guys, Scott, so I was looking into documents. So they originally charged Scott with marijuana, like marijuana possession or whatever, because they found like over an ounce. They originally charged him. So at first I was like, man, that sucks. They charged him. Then I was going through more of the files. So they were going to charge him, Scott Tomes, the roommate. But then the attorney general wrote a letter and was like, no, I don't want to prosecute him. Thank God, because that's bull crap. They're like, it says right here, I'll show you. Let me just share this real quick. So when you go through all the documents, it shows like possession of marijuana charge. So I was like, shoot. But then I found this letter where it says, it's a district attorney. Why did I say attorney general? Sorry. I am respectfully declining to criminally charge Mr. Tomes for this conduct. It is essentially around an ounce of marijuana that Mr. Tomes had in his possession, consistent with personal use. Mr. Tomes does not appear to have any prior record to which I am aware of. Further, this case is obviously associated with another matter. I am also considering the resources that would need to be expended in redacting, excising an ample amount of discovery in this case that would be irrelevant to the potential charges against Mr. Tomes. For this reason, I am respectfully declining prosecution at this time. The conduct may constitute a basis for municipal citation, should your department deem that appropriate. Please do not hesitate to contact me there. There may be any questions, so that's good. Anyway, I just wanted to. So yeah, I'll start out with a video and then because I do want to read some documents, but we'll start out with the first video here. How many people watched the trial? Actually, I want to play it from this side. It'll still be interesting to go over, even if you have, just because like it was like almost a year ago. Not quite, but still, it's still interesting to go back through. All right, we'll start with her dad. I'll just go in order of how they were sent. So we'll start with her dad. So they bring her dad up, and he was actually in custody, when they brought him up. So hold on one second. All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is her father right here. Yeah, the Bears. Ashley, the Bears.
This is Arturo Coronado. Sir, if you could stay standing and turn and face her, and as best you can, raise your right hand.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth.
They say, "Go Bears," and then she says, "I love you."
Help you God.
I do.
Or there might be something else.
State your name for the record.
Arturo Coronado.
Okay, Mr. Fairlight, the witness is yours.
Thank you. Mr. Coronado, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, how old are you?
51,
What is your date of birth?
5/24/72.
That's smirk shield.
I am not.
You are living in Green Bay, correct?
Yeah, you know that, Chris.
Okay. And your daughter is Taylor Denise Schabusiness, is that fair?
She is.
Who is your mother?
Marla,
Okay. And you were married to Marla for a while, sir?
of course.
How many years was it?
We were married about 10, together about 15, 16.
Did you live together in Wisconsin or some other state? Illinois.
Illinois and Wisconsin.
And where was your daughter Taylor Schabusiness born?
In Evanston, Illinois.
Does Taylor have a sister or brother?
She has a brother that passed away last year.
What was his name?
AJ, Arturo Drep.
Okay.
JREP.
And why did he pass away? What happened?
July 1st last year. Motorcycle accident.
When you were living in Illinois with your daughter, Taylor Schabusiness, was she ever brought to a hospital at all?
No.
Okay. Did she ever receive any mental health treatment when you lived in Illinois?
No.
Did something happen to Taylor's mother at some point?
She passed away.
Okay.
She passed away May 20th, 2009, in her sleep.
Okay. Did that take a toll on your daughter, Taylor?
Well, of course.
Can you tell me a little
Took a
bit,
toll
sir?
on my son as well and me.
Okay. It took a toll on everybody, correct?
But yeah,
And when her mother passed away in May of 2009, how old was Taylor?
11, probably 11 and a half.
Okay.
My
And-
son and daughter were, about 9 and a half, 11 and a half years old.
Okay. Did Taylor go to school that day that her mother passed away?
I tried to get them to go to school, but they knew something was going on.
Okay.
They came back.
Can you describe a little bit how the death of Taylor's mother took a toll on her or impacted her? Can you give me a little bit of commentary on that?
Well, they were pretty young. I mean, obviously, their mom's not around anymore. And, Marla she was ill. So just, I guess they kind of knew what was going on, but it was unexpected. We watched the movie the night before and fell asleep, and I woke up and my wife was already cold, already passed.
You found her?
She was laying next to me.
And what about the kids? What about Taylor? Did she see her mom in that state?
They did not see. No, I did not allow that.
Okay. But were the kids in the house?
They were upstairs in their bedrooms.
After that occurred, did you see any changes in Taylor's behavior, first of all?
She's a little rambunctious. Nothing. I mean, she played volleyball. She had a good amount of friends she hung out with. She was a normal kid.
Did things change at all for her?
I wouldn't say too much. She got in trouble a little bit at school, but I don't know, something with a band instrument.
What happened with that?
She just took somebody's band instrument
And
then returned it, but nothing major.
when did you come to Green Bay? What year? Do you know?
2000s. I started working here in 2007.
2007? Where did you work at?
I worked for Verizon
Okay.
before it was GTE, then turned into Verizon.
Okay.
18 years.
Right. And when you came to Green Bay, did Taylor go to school here then?
Of course.
Of course. Where did she go to school?
She went through the Howard Somical School District.
Then did she go to Bayport High School as well?
Yes, sir.
Did you get information that she was having issues at school?
Well, yeah.
What can you tell me?
From what I can recall, just normal. Just kind of acting out, I guess. Just there's a couple of little instances that happened in high school, but it's kind of why I yanked her out of there and sent her to Texas so she could graduate and kind of get away from the issues that were going on here.
She went to Texas to live with her grandparents.
Correct.
When was that? Do you know?
2017, I believe. I'm not sure.
Okay. How old was she in 2017? Do you know?
She was 16 and a half, probably 17.
16, 17. How long did she live with her grandparents then in Texas?
About a year, a little over a year until she graduated. Maybe 2 years. About a year, maybe a year and a half.
Was that Cotulla, Texas?
That's correct.
Was there a point where she got pregnant?
Well, about a year and a half ago, maybe.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and she had a baby, correct?
Yes, she did.
And the baby is currently living in Texas with the grandparents, correct?
Yeah. How is that relevant to anything here? Why do we need to talk about him?
Let me ask you this. So before the baby was born, was she placed at Nicolay Psychiatric Center?
Before the baby was born?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Did you see her at the Nicolay Psychiatric Center?
Oh,
when she was
yeah,
there?
yeah. I'm sorry. It's just so much going on.
It's through Brown County.
Yeah, I went to take her there myself, actually.
Okay. Why did you
Yeah.
take her there?
She just wasn't in the right state of mind.
Was she suicidal?
Probably,
Was she psychotic?
I guess.
Objection, I don't think this witness has the ability to answer that question.
Rephrase the question.
Okay. All right. Was she experiencing like hallucinations?
She just, yeah, she was not in the right state of mind at all. So I feared that she would hurt herself. So that's why I took her. We both agreed. We both went there together and tried to get help. And then ended up releasing her, and she came home, and that was about it.
Okay. Was she prescribed some medications and things like that?
She was at that evening, no. But yeah, she has been on some medications that she never liked taking those pills. I mean, they kind of messed her up even worse.
Did they cause her to hallucinate or cause her to have?
I think it
Problems?
all started with a Seroquel that was taken, back, I don't understand too much about those prescription drugs, but they never agreed with her at all.
And do you know the other medications that she was asked to take?
ADHD, Adderall, I believe.
Anything about Haldol?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know she was prescribed some stuff, but I don't know the names.
Did you talk to some of the doctors or psychiatrists at the Nicolay Psychiatric Facility?
Judge, I'm going to object. I think this witness can offer his observations and the facts that he's aware of from what he observed of Ms. Schabusiness with respect to what he learned from doctors about her mental health conditions. We have professionals who are going to answer questions based on the records. Those people are better equipped to answer those questions. The information he received from doctors is hearsay.
It's not hearsay. I didn't ask what they said. I just asked if you talked to the doctors, Your Honor.
Sure. So the question that's pending isn't asking for hearsay. I think the objection was made because it sounds like that's where we're headed. So he can answer the question that was just asked. And then I'll just indicate, Mr. Freilich, that objection is probably coming if you go to the next step. But the question that's pending can be answered. So I think the question was, did you talk to anybody at Nicolay?
I did.
Ask another question, Mr.
Okay.
Freilich.
Did Taylor live with you in Green Bay for a while?
For a little bit, yeah.
Was that in 2021 or what year was it?
I believe so, yeah. But again, speaking to them and, her being an adult, they really, even being a father, weren't allowed to disclose anything.
Right. Sure. When she lived with you, sir, what address did she live with you at?
1130 Moraine Way.
And how long did she live with you?
Just a few months.
Did it ever come to a point where you didn't want her to stay there anymore because her behaviors were getting worse or her mental status was getting worse?
No, I love my daughter, so I'll do whatever it takes to help her out.
Did you ever review any of her records at all?
Objection. I don't think he can testify the content of, again, I think it's the same objection. He can answer whether he reviewed them. He can't answer anything about the content of the record.
Your Honor, the state, what they're trying to do is they're trying to anticipate an objection. They know this one is not an objectionable one, in my opinion. And any good parent, when you go to the doctor, you're going to talk with the physician or the psychologist or whoever it is about the status of your child. So I'm just asking that.
It's not like I didn't try. I tried talking to her.
Wait. So I'm going to overrule the objection at this point, and the question can be asked. Mr. Freilich, why don't you ask it again so the witness has it in his mind?
Okay, Your Honor. I kind of forgot. So hopefully
Did you review some of the records of your daughter? Did you review any of the records?
Like at the facility?
Yes.
Again, she was an adult at the time, and I can't,
I think the answer was no,
she was,
Mr. Freilich.
yeah.
when she was living at your house, sir, on Moraine Way, was she ever experiencing or experiencing any hallucinations or anything like that?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Just know that she wasn't in the right frame of mind, kind of see things. She liked to walk around and, we take a walk, cemetery, just right down the street. But she just needed, just to kind of get out and walk around and I guess ease her mind.
Did you have concerns about her from a physical or mental standpoint?
Always.
Okay.
Always.
All right. Thank you. Nothing further. I appreciate that.
Do you have any cross-examination?
Just briefly, Mr. Coronado, were you aware of whether or not your daughter was employed during the time that she was residing with you on Moraine Way?
She was not at the time at that. No.
Do you know anything about her employment history as an adult?
Sure.
And had she held jobs in the past?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where she worked?
She worked for Saputo. She worked a couple of years, Saputo, 3.5 years probably.
And is that relatively recently? Prior to her arrest, of course.
Yeah, right. Prior to that.
And
She was doing really well there too until her boyfriend / husband got out of jail. That turned everything upside down.
in part because of the methamphetamine use, right?
Yep.
So Taylor was doing pretty well, and then she started using the drugs.
Yeah.
No further
Pretty,
questions.
pretty bad drug too.
Anything on that, Mr. Freilich?
What was the drug?
Meth, heroin, whatever else. I don't know.
Marijuana?
Yeah, I don't know. The kid was already doing that shit before and just a fucking loser, and he got my daughter involved in that shit.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Nothing else.
Anything on that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You can step down.
I love you too. Go first. I don't know. What did he say? Oh, shoot. Hold on. I got to go find it. Where am I? Sorry, I'm coming. Okay. So what did they say at the very end? He said, go Bears. And then they said something else, huh? I sounded like, sorry guys. I was not in chat. I was looking, for the documents I want to read. So if anybody said, oh, let me thank a couple people. If anybody said anything, I'm just looking at it now. Thank you, Soul, for gifting. Sarah, thank you. Ashley, thank you. Thanks for all your hard, why can't I read? Thanks for all you do and for all your constant hard work on these cases. Nobody does it like zavgirl does it. Love this community so much. Oh, thanks, Ashley. Okay, so hey, Daylight Disinfectant. Hey, did you get my email back to you? No, people haven't been getting my emails. I emailed you back to your email like a couple weeks ago. Wait, what? No, I'm all right. I think I always pass the test or whatever. Okay, so let me take this out. I'm going to read a couple things. So I'm going to read the dad. There's a couple, because why the dad is in jail right now, or he was in prison or whatever at the time. I don't know. Is he out? He might be out by now, right? I'm not sure. Does anybody know how long? I don't know how long he got, but let's see. Maybe we'll be able to figure it out. But let me read a couple documents from what's going on with him. And then actually, I also want to read, it talks like about Taylor a little bit, a couple pages. 12 years. Okay. Thank you. I wonder how long he's got left though. You know? Yes, I do. Actually, yes, I do. Because Collector was telling me that she's trying to appeal. Yes. But I wouldn't have known otherwise. No. Yeah, I do. I got my extra. Can you? The weird thing is it's so loud, but on the one live where I had talked about it and then I turned it off and I said, oh, it should sound much better. I listened and you can't even hear that for some reason. And it blows my mind, but it's good. Okay. So let's read this real quick. So this is for her dad. This is some of his court documents here. So this is from July 23. So it says, second degree essay of a child. Defendant is not eligible for challenged incarceration and substance abuse programs. So length, this says 30 year, but that's for, wait, does that seem right? So no contest. It was a felony C. Date of convicted was January 30th. And then, oh, here we go. One count, 12 years. Extended supervision, 18 years. Total length of sentence, 30 years. So that's what he got. I guess it's right in front of my face. And I'm over here. Hey, what do you get? Duh, it's right in front of my face. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, this is, let's see what else it tells us. So it says the defendant shall not have contact with AKP nor any members of her family. The defendant shall not have contact or attempted contact with anyone under the age of 18 without prior agent approval and accompanied by an adult sober chaperone. Approved by agent. Should not be in present location frequented by minor children. Defendant shall not possess nor view any material that depicts any intimate parts of a child or adolescent. Shall not establish, pursue, nor maintain any dating, romantic, or sexual relationships without agent approval. Shall comply with the SO registry. Shall not possess, consume any alcohol. Shall not be present in any establishment whose primary purpose is the sale or consumption of alcohol, except for employment at agent discretion. And then payment of restitution, court obligations. Defendant to submit DNA sample. No contact with AKP. Any bond money held for 60 days. So, and then we have this here, which I want to read some of it because it's kind of interesting about Taylor. Okay. So I want to see something real quick. Interrogation files. What up? What up? Oh my God. So, did I miss your birthday? Oh my God, wait a minute. I suck. Wait, is it actually today or was it a couple days ago? Because I thought the other day you said tomorrow and then I forgot. Are you sure it's actually today? Happy birthday. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I got a song for you. Oh my gosh. Wait, it's actually today, right? So I didn't miss it. Good. Okay. Oh my God. I almost did. I would have missed it. And I was texting you today and I didn't even, I suck. Wow. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I want to, play. So interrogations, happy birthday. So wait, it's both of your guys' birthday? Hold on. I got to make sure. Is it both actually today though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yours was 5 days ago. Interrogation, I remember because we talked to you the night before your birthday. When we did the live. But so what I'm trying to ask you is today your birthday though? I have to know. Did I miss it? Like, is it actually yours today? You did not. It's okay. Okay. Why did I think when you said tomorrow, I felt like that was a few days ago? Oh my Lord. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Is it this one? There's a cool happy birthday song that I wanted to play. It's like not the traditional one. I forget which one it is. Let me see. Let me see. This one. Hold on. No. I just want to see. No, it's not that one. I think it's this one. It's cool. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Can you hear it? Oh, this isn't the one, but this is cool too. There's another one too.
Happy birthday birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! Yay! I'm glad I didn't miss it. I would have almost, dude. So I would have missed it if it wasn't for this live. But it felt like a jerk. But anyway, there was actually another birthday one that I like. I played the wrong one, but that was cool too. There's another one that's like not the traditional one. I always forget what it's called. I had like 4 different birthday songs for people's birthday because I used to have to sing it. You know, like I would sing it. Me and Bella, when Bella did it with me, like we would sing it, and then it came a thing. Then it's like now I'm up here by myself. I was like, I don't want to sing it by myself, so I got some songs. Oh, saying you probably remember. Well, Soul, you probably remember it too. Okay, so let's well, happy birthday, Soul, and interrogation files. Happy birthday, a little bit late. Oh, Sane, when was your birthday? I'm sorry. All right. Let me read this document real quick. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I feel like it's worth giving it a little read. It gives a little bit of history. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to read a parts of it. So it gives a little history of Taylor. So, you know, it says she's 25 years old, but this is what, 4/26/23. Mother of child Mateo. So she has, her son's name is Mateo. Age 2, which that's, you know, a couple years ago, age 2. Her child currently resides in Texas. I guess it would only be 1 year ago, or a year and a half ago. But anyway, in Texas, with paternal grandparents. The father of her child is Warren Chabot, who is currently in custody at Federal Detention Center. Collector, are you in here? You said he got out recently. I think he just recently got out. I'm pretty sure Collector said that, her husband, because he was in federal prison. The defendant previously lived in Temple, Texas. The defendant reports that she was married to Warren Chabot on 2/14/20, which marriage is apparently still intact. The defendant attended Cotulla High School in Texas and graduated in 2016. She attended Grand Canyon University, where she studied electronics, computers for 6 months. Yeah, I actually have some pictures of her holding her son. Remind me to show you after this. The defendant reports that her mother, Marla, died in approximately 2009 due to cirrhosis and alcoholism, which was extremely difficult for the defendant. Her father is Arturo Coronado Sr., and he resides at Lang. The defendant has family in the Green Bay community. The defendant could potentially reside with her father during the pending of the action. The defendant was born in Chicago, Illinois. The defendant was raised by her parents until age 11. At the time, her family relocated to Wisconsin. The defendant does have a brother, and her brother actually died in a motorcycle accident. Where are we at? Taylor attended grades K to grade 4 at the Milbourne Elementary School in Illinois. During her 4th grade year, her family relocated to Wisconsin, where she completed grade 4, the 4th grade at Forest Glen Elementary. Taylor attended Lineville Intermediate School for grades 5 and 6. She completed grades 7 and 8 at Bayview Middle School. She attended Bayport High School between grades 9 and 11. During 12th grade, Taylor was apparently expelled from school for fighting with a female student. She then moved to Cotulla, Texas, where she completed her senior year there while living with her paternal grandparents. Taylor completed her secondary education with an estimated GPA of 3.1, not bad. The defendant has attended a substantial amount of her schooling in the state of Wisconsin. The defendant has worked for a sandwich shop as a teenager. Let me make this a little bigger. I didn't realize that you guys, it was so small on the screen. Okay. So she worked at the sandwich shop. She worked as a seasonal employee for Shopco Optical. Taylor worked for Saputo Cheese from January 20th, 2018 till February 11th, 2020. She worked there as a machine operator for this Wisconsin company. The defendant has held employment in the state of Wisconsin. The defendant has many ties to Wisconsin community. The defense asserts that the defendant needs to receive inpatient mental health treatment. The current cash bound is a substitute for a pretrial detention, as the bond amount is so arbitrary. The defendants assert that the defendant does suffer from major mental health issues as follows, according to Dr. Deborah Collins, PhD, evaluation dated April 7th, 2022, which states in pertinent part, the defendant recalled first receiving mental health treatment during her 7th grade year related to attention and concentration problems and acting out behaviors in school setting. She was recommended for evaluation and treatment by teachers or other school officials. According to the defendant, she was then initiated on medications such as Vyvanse and Adderall to address symptoms presumed to stem from ADD or ADHD. She was later also prescribed a mood stabilizer, Lamictal, an antidepressant, and an antipsychotic, Abilify medication. She continued to receive psychiatric treatment to the age of 18. She then weaned herself off medications, which she associated with negative side effects. She recalled, I felt like a zombie. It was also during her 7th grade year that she was psychiatrically hospitalized for the first time after she attempted to unalive herself. She recalled that she placed a knife to her throat and her father walked in and interrupted her attempt. According to the defendant, in May 2021, she was psychiatrically hospitalized at the Brown County Mental Health Center, which police were summoned to her home. During that episode of care, she was identified with diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder and bipolar disorder. She referred to the examiner to other mental health professionals for the basis of both diagnoses. The defendant's comments suggest that in 2021, she may have been the subject of a civil commitment. Ms. Schabusiness referred specifically to past diagnoses of severe depression, ADD, ADHD, bipolar disorder, and PTSD. Sorry. The defense asserts that the defendant should be released to participate in psychiatric and other mental health treatment. The current cash bond is simply out of the reach for the defendant, and posting that bond results in an impossibility. This defendant has serious mental health treatment needs that cannot be met in the Brown County jail setting. The defense argues that other defendants have received substantially lower cash bond amounts for homicide charges. Dude, a lot of times you don't get a bond for freaking homicide charges, though. That's the crazy thing. It's not that common. I mean, it happens, but see Sheboygan County case number blah, 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 blah. The defendant asserts that a $2 million cash bond previously set in the Brown County is excessive and is arbitrary and capricious. How do you say that word? I don't know. I don't really care. The defendant does not have the ability to post $2 million, but that's the point. That's the whole point. They put it so high because they don't want you to get out, especially with like murder. Of course, they're going to put it to an amount where it's like, don't even give them one, but okay, we'll give you one, but we want to make sure that you're not going to be able to post it. And if you do post it, it's so much that you're going to make sure you come back because you're going to want it back. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times they just figure they're not going to post it, right? But anyway, the defendant is indigent. It does not appear that the defendant has ever asked for a bail reduction since bond was imposed on March 1st, 2022. The defendant has been sitting in the Brown County Jail awaiting trial for approximately 13 months. The defendant is afforded the presumption of innocence under the Wisconsin and U.S. Constitution throughout this court process. The defendant does not have any financial resources to post $2 million cash bound. The defendant may potentially be able to participate in further psychological testing and undergo psychiatric treatment in a mental health facility. The defendant requests a formal motion to modify bail hearing to address all issues in this bail motion. So, that was kind of interesting just to get a little history of her. But yeah, this was for modification of bail. Okay. How have you been doing, 3 Dot Daves? Oh, I haven't seen you around in a minute. Or have you been here and I just missed it? Okay, let me just show you a couple pictures with her and her baby. All right. Oh, here also, hold on a second. Let me do this first and then I'll play this. I have a little video that I forget where I found it at. I don't know if it was on her Facebook but it's just some pictures I have. I don't know that were in her file that I have of her. Mrs. Schabusiness. No. The ones I really wanted to show you is the ones, they're somewhere in here. Well, what the heck? They're going in a, hold on. I might have them under her husband's file, actually. I think I do. Hold on one second. Yeah, I do. Okay, hold on. I have it under Warren's. Okay, yeah. So this is her husband. That's like an old picture of him, it looks like, but he's got Taylor on his tattooed on his neck. But here is her and Mateo, her son. Oh yeah, here's some I forgot the letters. So it says pictures to upload to Facebook. So these were uploaded to Facebook. It says post for Facebook. Post for Facebook. Babe, I look at our pictures every day. They keep me motivated, take my bitterness away, plus keep a smile on my face. The world don't know us for who we are. They don't know our struggles. We struggle with mental health in postpartum, bipolar, addiction, play a big part in our choices we've made. People probably want to know what happened February 23rd, 2022. Drugs were given to Taylor Schabusiness from Shad, while they just added an E, while at his house. Yes, he is dead now, which I am sorry for him and his family. The truth is, though, that drugs should have never been given to my wife. So this is Warren writing this, okay? Because it's the drugs that caused her to do what she did. But yet Shad isn't at any fault here, and he's the one who provided her the illegal drugs. I just hope one day my wife will make it home because she doesn't deserve to be locked up forever. She's still the mother of our son, Mateo King Schabusiness. She's still my beautiful wife, and I want the world to know she's not who the news makes her out to be. With this being said, please don't judge, because here's another picture of them too. I don't know if I have the rest of the letter. We'll see here. That looks like what, when she visited him, or is that a prison? I don't know. It's a baby. Oh, here's the rest of it. There's always two sides to every story, and I promise you, if you knew my wife like I know my wife, you wouldn't think or believe she could ever do what has been done. But at the end of the day, she's still got a son and a husband who loves and cares about her more than anything in this world. Baby boo Mateo and I pray for you every day. We think about you nonstop, and we promise you we will always be here for you no matter what, or no matter, because that's the Schabusiness way. Stay strong and get better soon. We need you in Mama Boo. Mama Boo. We love and miss you so much. Everything is going to be okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kiss. Free Taylor Schabusiness. Love always, forever. Mateo and Warren Schabusiness. And then this is another post on his Facebook. Nothing anyone says can bother me. I'm still breathing with my head on. Bad joke. I mean, wow. I'm still breathing with my head on. LOL. My wife, Taylor Schabusiness, might be locked up for a long time, forever, but that doesn't change the fact that she's my wife. I'm always going to stand behind her no matter what. F anyone who has anything to say about my empire, because right now all that matters is that my wife is okay. All I look forward to is making sure she gets the best lawyer and treatment she deserves. Shad gave her drugs, which caused all of this. If drugs were never given to her, she would still be at home. Mugshot of them. Here is federal agency hold committed. This is from 1/5/23, booking date, release date. They just transferred him is what this is. Anyway. So sentence, probation violation. So is a violation, possession of methamphetamine, bail jumping, misdemeanor. After, maybe later I have like the whole like affidavit of what he did and why he got in trouble. So maybe at the end, if we have time, I'll say that for the end. I could go through it. If not, it was on, I think I read through it on my other video I did during the trial. But anyway, it says sentenced 11/30/12, 4 years state prison, 3 years extended supervision, burglary, armed self with dangerous weapon, theft, movable property, special facts, and theft movable. So if he gets 4 years plus 3, that's 7 years. That'd be 2019, right? Collector. Is Collector here, guys? Hey, Shorty. Hey, Morbid Injustice. I know she only changed. I was saying this on the, I think the last live, like he didn't change it, just she did. It's crazy. Hey, RL Frosh. Yep, it says Taylor. Hey, Cosmos. All right. Okay, so let's go play another video. All right, let's do this. What are we going to play next? Let's do, let me just mark off the ones that do you guys want to do the 911 call next, since that's, or should I just go in order? Let's do the 911 call. Where is it? Thanks to Sarah, you got them all ready for me. Thank you. You're the best. But now I got to find, where's the 911? Hold on. I hope I sent that. Oh, here it is. Okay, well, let's do the 911. All right. So remember, it was Shad's, mother? Right? It was the father that called, but it's, I'm trying to think, is his biological mother? Right.
Public safety, how may I help you?
Yes, I'd like an officer at 829 Stony Brook. Girlfriend just woken me up and swears that she found her severed head of her son in the basement.
Okay, can you repeat the address, sir?
829 Stony Brook.
Okay, STONEY?
Is it EY, right? Yes. No E. Or what?
Is that a house, apartment, or duplex?
It's a house.
What's your phone number?
My number is 327-3748. My name is Steve.
327-3748?
Yes.
What's your last name, Steve?
Andrews.
Okay, tell me what's happening there again?
I have no clue what's happening. My girl swears that she's found her severed head of her son in the basement.
Did you go down there?
In a bucket. I went down. I can't tell what the fuck. Part of my language. I'm kind of a little freaked out.
Okay, did she just wake up and say that?
Yeah.
And whose head is it?
She's claiming it's her son.
How old's her son?
24, 20, 25.
Has he been missing or?
No, yeah, he was here yesterday with some chick, and then now all of a sudden nobody's here. And she came up to use the restroom a couple times, and she keeps calling and calling, and now she's saying that she hears the phone down there too.
Okay. Is she with you right now?
Yes, yeah, she's upstairs. She's a little freaked out, and I don't know what to do.
Okay, all right, stay on the line. And you said you went down there, correct?
Yeah, and I looked at his hole, but I can't see very well, and I can't tell what the hell it is.
So there's something in the bucket.
There's something in the goddamn bucket there.
Okay.
If she won't look again, I don't know what the hell, man.
Do you think she's hallucinating, or do you think that?
I don't think so. I went down there, something in the damn bucket. I don't know, man. She's a little freaked out and kind of freaking me out.
What's your girlfriend's last name?
Pakanek.
How do you spell that?
Oh, he said, you want to spell it? Pakanichich.
N-I-C-H. What's your first name?
Tara. Tara.
What's her middle initial, date of birth?
What's your middle initial? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yep.
Okay. What's her date of birth?
What's the date of birth? 5/14/74.
All right, can I talk to her?
Yes, you can.
Hello?
Hi, Tara. So can you tell me what's going on?
Pretty positive my son's head is in a bucket, a round bucket in my basement.
What makes you think that?
Because I looked in the bucket.
What did you see?
Exactly what I told you.
Okay, where's the rest of the body at?
No idea.
Okay. When's the last time you saw your son?
Well, I guess today is Wednesday, so I picked him up from his dad's on Monday. And he doesn't normally stay here. He doesn't stay here for a few days. He left the laundry. He was here a couple hours, then he left with Taylor. And they had some days. Taylor.
Who's that?
Girl. Taylor Coronado.
You know how to spell her last name?
Coronado. No, not exactly. But it's the common spelling from around here.
All right, that is
He
correct.
went to middle school and high school with her. I don't know if he doesn't live with me.
When's the last time you saw him?
Well, he left with her. They both came back. I believe they both came back while we were sleeping Monday night. And I assume they slept all day yesterday, so I haven't seen him since Monday night physically. I thought they were sleeping all day. I was gone for a little while yesterday, Tuesday, and he's 25. I'm going to basement. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Well, we've got help.
And then I heard my door and her minivan start. And I went downstairs and I went to the bathroom. The lights were out in the basement. I went to turn them off and I looked around and no one was there. So then when I turned around to come back upstairs, there was a 5-gallon bucket with a towel over it. And I'm like, oh great, that's why they're out here all day yesterday. They're pissing in a bucket. And then I looked and that is not what was in that bucket.
What is your son's name?
Schabusiness.
C-H-A-D?
S-H-A-D.
How do you spell his last name?
T-H-Y-R-I-O-N.
What's his date of birth?
9797.
Is there
Is
there blood down there?
No.
Okay. All right, ma'am. I have officers that are headed over to your house right now, okay?
Head over.
Okay, I'll go down there.
I guess just stay away from it. Just stay away.
From that area, but we're at a second levels. We're gonna go down the kitchen and not to the basement.
Okay, yeah.
We can answer the door and stuff.
Okay, all right, ma'am.
My 16-year-old daughter is sleeping.
Excuse me?
My 16-year-old daughter is here sleeping. They do not make a lot of noise. I don't know.
Okay, just let them know that. I'm sure they won't try, okay?
That's my heart and jump out of my head for being so. Oh.
And, I mean, you're sure it couldn't be like a fake head or something?
Not touching it. I'm not looking at it again.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Just go ahead and wait for the officers, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Wow, can you even imagine? Well, that's true though. Like you almost would like seeing a head that's not attached to a body would make you be like, you know what I'm saying? Because how often do you see a head like not with the body? I know that this sounds weird and funny. I think we talked about this on the live when we talked about it in the trial. We were talking about this, and it's true. It's like. So like seeing it like that, it almost made like your mind almost goes to like, this has to be fake. Like it'd probably be so weird and such a weird moment. So they're probably like, dude, like, I mean, obviously they knew it wasn't, but like just that thought, like, what the heck? Like, I think it's real, but it's so weird. I can't even imagine. And then like you're even seeing like a body anyway of like your kid or somebody you love or whatever, would be hard to like even admit, you know, that that's them or that they're really dead. But yeah, I can't even imagine just seeing that. Like, what the heck? You were just here, you know, like last night or whatever. Now, wow. Shemeth, you guys are killing me. Shemeth, all the little shuz. Yeah, they're probably in denial. Like when they realize like what, yeah, right? I know. Okay, so let's see what we're going to play next. Okay, let me take this off. All right, so next we will play. Let's do the chopping it up. Okay, so crazy. So this is her friend, the friend that they were actually with that night. Well, both of their friends. So yeah, we'll play a little bit of this because it's just something that like we all remember from the trial, like him saying chopping it up. Like that's not even a common thing that people say anyway. So I could see if it, you know, something that would be like a normal thing, but like the fact that it isn't that common like phrase, but then he says it, oh my God, maybe it's common for him. So, but he probably like afterwards felt like the biggest idiot. All right, hold on one second.
Can I speak right now?
Yes.
My name is Alexander Gannon.
Okay, the witness is yours, Mr. Saunders.
So I introduced you as AJ. Is that a preferred nickname you go by?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but your proper name is Alexander.
Yes.
Okay. So is it okay if I call you AJ?
That's fine.
All right. So AJ, how old are you?
25.
Do you live in the Green Bay area?
Yes.
Did you grow up here as well?
Yes.
Did you go to high school and middle school here?
Yes.
AJ, do you know somebody by the name of Shad Therian?
Yes.
And how do you know Shad?
I've known him since middle school.
Right. And what middle school did you go to school with him at?
I think I saw him before a couple times in like intermediate, but we mainly ran up at Bayview.
Okay. Bayview Middle School?
Oh, they're not.
And throughout, schooling, and I guess now you're an adult, did you keep in touch with Shad?
Well, After about like,
Hold on. You're right. They're not matching, but when I look on the screen, it's matching better. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's weird then. Wonder why some people. Daylight, did you get, oh, so you did get mine though, Daylight? Okay. Well, then I don't know, RL Frost. Wonder why you're the only one. And it's me. I'm not saying like that you're lying or anything. I'll try again after the live. Hopefully it'll still have the same one. I could just keep, maybe I should have to write you a whole new one because maybe it's something wrong with that one. All right, hold on. Let me try to like go out and come back in of this video because let me reshare my screen. Give me 1 minute because I know it's annoying if if they're not matching up, and I don't want it to because the future videos they might all not match up. So let me reshare it 1 second. Because that was pretty off. That was off. Like I could handle if it's off a little bit, but that was off too much. All right, let's try this again. Okay, let's see.
can I speak right now?
Yes.
My name is Alexander Gannon.
Okay, the witness is yours, Mr. Saunders.
So I introduced you as AJ, preferred nickname you go by.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're full
That's so,
Alexander.
dude. The weird thing is it froze on my screen, but it didn't freeze over here. That's what's throwing it off. It's like freezing and it's not picking up, and it's like acting like it's back then. It did not. You know how it froze when I first started it? It wasn't froze over here where it was playing. That is so weird. Hold on. Oh, well, you guys, hopefully the other one won't be bad. It'll just be this clip. I don't even know. Should we watch it all? Because
Can I speak right now?
Yes.
My name is Alexander Gannon.
Okay, the witness is yours, Mr. Saunders.
So I introduced you as AJ. Is that a preferred nickname you go by?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but your proper name is Alexander.
Yes.
Okay. So is it okay if I call you AJ?
That's fine.
All right. So AJ, how old are you?
25.
Do you live in the Green Bay area?
Yes.
Did you grow up here as well?
Yes.
Did you go to high school and middle school here?
Yes.
AJ, do you know somebody by the name of Shad Therian?
Yes.
And how do you know Shad?
I've known him since middle school.
And what middle school did you go to school with him at?
I think I saw him before a couple times in like intermediate, but we mainly ran up at Bayview.
Okay. Bayview Middle School?
Yeah.
Okay. And throughout, schooling, and I guess now you're an adult, did you keep in touch with Shad?
Well, after about maybe it was the first year I moved into my apartment was when I started really connecting with a lot of people that I've ran into or I've talked with, and Chad was one of them.
Okay. So there's a reacquainting period, I guess?
Yes.
All right. AJ, do you also know somebody named Taylor Coronado or Schabusiness?
Yes.
And how do you know her?
Since middle school.
Similar to Shad?
Yes.
Did you remain kind of friendly with Taylor as well?
Yes.
Sorry, is that a yes?
Yes.
Sorry. So AJ, I want to ask you about February 21st of 2022. It was a Monday. Do you recall the date I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know when this happened, but I don't know.
Sure. So do you recall a day where you were, I guess, hanging out with Shad and Taylor?
Okay, I didn't. You were saying the date, but I didn't.
Sure.
I didn't have context. So.
Sure. So I want to ask you then. I'll ask it this way: at some point, did you become aware that Shad had passed away?
It was only. It was only after when the day before I was heading out to vacation to see my parents.
Okay.
My dad specifically.
All right. And was that in February of 22?
No, it was like a week after. I think it was. So it was in February. No, I went, I had vacation in June, but I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have like a lot of like mental problems.
Sure.
So it's like hard to like keep a constant catalog of memories.
Sure. So, are you referring to when you learned that Shad had passed?
All I knew was it was like a week. It was a week after, like something like that. I don't know for sure. All I knew was basically the day after, a couple days after, I was going to the Eastman apartment buildings because that's where I knew Taylor was at the time. And ironically, the same day that I went there, the police were knocking on my door specifically to try and get into reach for me with the situation. And the only thing that I knew at the time was basically they asked if I knew the whereabouts of Shad and Taylor. So like that's like the closest thing I can remember. It's just
Sure. And I know we're talking about something a long time ago, and dates may be a little fuzzy. Is that fair?
Yeah, so sure you don't.
So that time you were talking about where law enforcement was asking you some questions, do you remember telling them about a time you were hanging out with Shad and Taylor?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you
tell us about that?
Yes. I was drinking a little bit belligerently, so it's the only time that I looked at like the clock was like before I left my apartment. So it was like after 10:30, around that time frame. And like basically it was like I just decided to stop dissociating a lot, and I felt bad for not talking to a whole lot of friends that I used to talk to, like Taylor and Chad. So I just hit up Taylor randomly. I was like, hey, like, what's up? Are you going to hang out? And then basically I went over to the apartments, and when I got there, we were just chilling, chopping it up, like how we always do. And basically, I was like, Taylor was asking like, do you want to hang out with Shad? She was asking me like for consent to hang out with Shad, to bring him over, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, it's cool. And so,
could I stop you right there? I'm sorry. I just have a quick question. So when you said you were at the apartment, which apartment is this?
The Meadowview East apartments.
Okay. Is that kind of where you thought Taylor was staying, or whose apartment was it?
It was it was the same apartments that I lived there. So it was like
she's laughing. Oh, it's echoing. Gosh, she's laughing because you said, yeah, we're chopping it up. I mean, this case, she freaking dismembered Chad. Very poor choice of words, but she caught it. We're just laughing. Oh my God. I mean, it's funny because, I mean, it's not funny what she did, but are you kidding me? Like, out of all words, like you're going to, oh my Lord. And I'm pretty sure he says it twice, right? Oh my Lord. Hey, Heidi.
I'm sorry, what?
Sure. So the apartment is on Eastman that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were with Taylor, and then she brought up hanging out with Shad?
Yeah.
Did you meet up with Shad that night?
Yes, I did.
And where were you sort of hanging out with Shad then?
We picked him up, went back to the apartments, and was just chopping it up.
Is that the same apartment you were just talking about?
Yes.
All right. And I want to date myself. Chopping it up, what does that mean?
Oh, it's just like kicking it, talking about whatever, just small talk or anything. Just kind of having conversation.
Is it a pretty good chill atmosphere?
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
the thing, Sarah. It's like it's not that common. I mean, that must be specific to him, so it's not like a really common thing I've ever heard used. So the fact that he used that word, it's like he used that, it's just like, are you freaking kidding me? But I'm guessing it's echoing. I'm guessing it's probably a common word. He probably uses a lot maybe for it, but yeah, it's not that common at all. Like, I don't think I've ever heard. I'm trying to think if I ever heard anybody use it in that regard or whatever. But yeah, he's not even clicking at what he's saying.
A good vibe.
No major, issues or anything that stick out to you?
I never saw one thing that night.
Kind of Shad was acting normal.
Yes, he was.
Taylor was acting normal.
Yes.
And you said this was about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night?
This was when I went to the apartment, like around that time frame.
All right. And this is still the apartment on Eastman?
Yes.
Okay. And then at some point, do you leave that apartment?
I left. I did leave. I left probably like at least maybe like a couple hours, maybe until like 1, 2 in the morning. I don't know for sure. It's like I said, I only looked at the time before I left the apartment and I was a little drunk. So
okay. But at some point you left the apartment. Were Shad and Taylor still at the apartment when you left?
from what I saw it, I don't know, but that's yes, from what I saw.
And then after that point, had you ever seen Shad again?
What?
After that point, after you left that apartment, had you ever seen Shad again?
No. Ironically, I hit him up the day after, or like a couple days, like the first week into the situation, and I call him. I message him about a song that he posted on his Facebook, which was some rap song that I like. No, yeah, I just like randomly sent him a message that day. I was like, yeah, that shit's dope. And then I was like feeling a little, when I don't have people talking to me a whole lot, I get a little anxious. And now I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm a little concerned immediately.
Okay.
But like, I didn't realize until after my friend mentioned to me specifically about what happened.
And I'm sorry, I'm jumping around on you here. I want to go back to when it was you and Taylor, and
Yes.
you went to go pick up Shad. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. How did you pick up Shad?
Me?
How did you and Taylor go and pick him up?
Okay. Well, we took a minivan.
Who drove?
Taylor.
Do you know whose minivan that was?
No.
Okay. Was it a minivan that was at that apartment that you were at?
Yes.
And you went to Shad's house to pick him up?
Yes.
Thank you, AJ. I have nothing further. Thank you.
Mr. Furlick, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Mr. Gannon, good afternoon. You knew Taylor and Shad since middle school?
Yes.
Okay. And you went to school at Bayview Middle School? Yes?
Yes.
And then did you go to high school together as well?
A little bit until the freshman year.
Okay. Did you go?
I went to 3 different high schools in my freshman year.
Okay.
So it's bouncing a lot.
That's okay. Did you go to high school with Taylor Schabusiness
Yes.
at Bayport?
Yes.
And you kind of knew her pretty well, correct?
Yes. Enough to associate with her.
You were friends with her?
Yeah, to associate and be friends with, yes.
And was it your understanding that at least in high school, Shad Therian and Taylor Schabusiness kind of were boyfriend and girlfriend? They dated a little bit?
Yes. I don't know how the connection between them, but it seemed like at the time after the breakup with Corey, it seems like that's like the only person that she always chill with sometimes. That's like whenever I see Shad, so more times over, especially when he's like chilling I see Taylor or a couple other friends in that circle in there.
Okay,
They were pretty cool people.
sure. Did you sometimes go over to Shad Therian's mother's house, Tara Pakinich on Stony Brook Lane?
Yeah, the year that I moved out, I visited a couple times, at least a handful of times.
Okay. Would you go over there to maybe eat or play video games and watch TV?
We wouldn't do a whole lot, but I just came. Typically, I was like the runt that would just be chilling with the whole pack, basically, of dogs that we're chilling with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
You just kind of hang out with the group?
yeah, just hanging out with the group. Yes,
Okay, all right.
basically, So.
Okay. Would you sometimes go over to Shad's father's house, Michael Therian's house?
Yes.
Okay. And was it such that Shad Therian, he lived with his father, Michael Therian?
At the time that I heard of, yes.
So you had been to Shad's father's house and Shad's mother's house, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that you'd been over to the apartment on Eastman Avenue where Taylor Schabusiness was living, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And sir, you'd go over to that residence to kind of chill or hang out, listen to music, watch TV, whatever, correct?
Yeah.
You had Taylor's phone number?
I had her Facebook.
Okay. And as far as Shad Therian, you had his phone number or Facebook information?
Yeah, I had his Facebook at the time too.
Fair to say that all three of you, yourself, Mr. Gannon, Taylor Schabusiness, and Shad Therian, you all had each other's contact information, correct?
Yes, but after a rough pact with a friend, I was chilling. I just started dissociating, and I just I do that a lot for the past 10, 20 years. I just if I feel like people don't, if there's a sort of discrepancy, I just cut you off. It's block you or whatever. And then that's the reason why the day before that situation with the murder, I hate Taylor because I just wanted to associate again.
Okay.
So
Now, Taylor Schabusiness has a father. Do you know her dad?
yes,
Okay. His name is Arturo Coronado. Is that correct?
yes,
Had you been over to Arturo Coronado's house?
yes.
And was that with Taylor?
It was not this was maybe a year or so before I visited. There's been very few times since I personally talked to Art. So
Okay. But had you been over to Art's house with Taylor in the past?
yes, I have.
So you kind of knew Taylor pretty well, fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And you knew Shad very well, correct?
Yeah.
Was it such that there were times when maybe you'd be hanging out with Taylor and Shad where they would be using marijuana together?
Prior
Yes.
acts aren't relevant.
Wait. No.
It's not.
Your Honor, I'll withdraw.
Thank you.
Questions withdrawn. Okay, ask another question, Mr. Freilich.
Did you see Taylor Schabusiness on February 23rd of 2022?
February 23rd.
Yes.
No,
How about the day before on February 22nd of 2022?
no.
You saw her on February 21st of 2022, correct? That was a Monday?
I don't know what day that was.
Okay.
That's just a little bit too out of my polymath. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. But you did all hang out together and you drove over to Michael Therian's house. Is that your testimony?
Michael Therian.
Yes.
I think all I remember. I don't know.
Okay.
So
You're not good with dates, correct?
I'm better with dates, just not recently up for the past 5, 10
Okay.
years. So
That's fine. So prior to you being told that Shad Therian was deceased, the days before you were told that, you were hanging out with Shad and Taylor, correct?
Yes.
And did you notice anything odd about Taylor as far as her mannerisms, her eyes, her speech, anything like that?
No.
Did you have any feelings that she was acting weird when you had contact with her? Bizarre?
No.
Had there been occasions where you've seen her and you felt that she was acting very odd or
Object,
unusual?
Judge. Relevance.
Mr. Freilich?
Well, I think it goes to his observations of my client, Your Honor.
Well, then you need to narrow down with it for a time frame for him. So I'm going to sustain the objection. Ask another question, Mr. Freilich.
Okay, sure. In the, Mr. Gannon,
Yes.
in the week before you had contact with the police where you talked to the officer, had you saw Taylor Schabusiness at that period of time? Is that fair?
Yes.
And did you, when you saw her, was it just one time or was it several times? Do you
It
know?
was only one time.
Okay. And that
So-
one time when you saw her, did you observe her to be acting in any kind of bizarre manner?
No.
Okay. Okay, nothing further. Thank you very much.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor. Thank
Wait, ooh, why does it keep echoing when I first, let me remove this. You're saying from a fourth of an Ambien that she died? How old was the kid? From a fourth of it? Wow. I've heard like crazy stories of Ambien, people doing crazy things on it. Like crazy in their sleep. Oh my Lord. And that was like when I worked in the pharmacy, one of the highest prescribed medicines, not just sleep medicines, but medicine in general. Oh, allergic? Yeah, because, oh, wait, why? Oh, she ordered ICRL Frost. So she ordered on Snapchat, but it had fent on it. Okay, thank you. Because the people are buying they're pressing pills to look exactly like the pill. So you don't know what you're getting, even if it's like, oh, you look it up, they have the like drugs.com, or there's different websites you can look up. You just put in the shape, the color, and the markings on the pill, and you can find out what any pill is. So it's like they'll make it look exactly like it. So you think, oh, this is legit. No, dude, they can make it look exactly like it, and it's not. And then they're freaking lacing it with stuff. It's scary, dude. Scary. So that's why I always get it, don't get lesson, no drugs off the street. But I mean, it's going to happen. People are going to use, you can't stop it. People are just getting a high tolerance. They're like becoming addicted to fentanyl. So now their tolerance, like fentanyl, is so much stronger. So now their tolerance is to fentanyl, and it's just crazy. It's not stopping it. Like them, like cutting down on like prescribing pain medicine for people. It's not stopping the problem. It's creating a bigger problem, a more dangerous problem, because now people are desperate. So they are going to buy things off the street and they are going to go to fentanyl. Anyway, but that's sad. Okay. So, yeah, no street drugs. It's true. Even if you think it's like, oh, they said they got it from the pharmacy. It looks, nope. Can't trust it. Make sure if, these days, if you don't want to chance it, you don't buy anything on the streets. But I know that's a lot easier said than done, because addictions. I mean, I was there. When you have an addiction, it doesn't matter. But okay, so I would say like the clinic I go to for like substance abuse, they have like, signs for like fentanyl testers. So it's better to say, because if you're an addict, you don't really have a choice. You do, but you don't. Like your brain doesn't give you the choice. It's like food. Like it feels like you need it, and your brain every time is going to tell you need that over food. I mean, it's to survive. It like hijacks your brain. So I would say you're going to use anyway. So buy those testers to see what, if there's fentanyl. You can buy like a fentanyl tester and test them to make sure All right, so let's watch the next thing. What did you guys think, though? Yeah, bad choice of words. I wonder what he's thinking. No. What he's thinking now, like after, I bet you. It's just like twice, dude. And then I also caught, he said like cutting. Wait, how did he use it? He said something like cutting something. I forget what reference he used it for. Cutting up. Something about cutting up that I noticed too, he said, where it was like a bad choice of words. He could have said something else. Now I forget. I was going to point it out when it happened. I should have. Oh, well. All right. So next we got, so that was the friend. So let me play, let's do this one where they play a part of the body cam. So this body cam, they only play like a part of it on the trial. And this is the thing that doesn't make sense is, I ordered the files. So they got like, I got all the body cam. Yeah, sure. I got all the different police officers, but then they redacted so much stuff you saw. So the body cam I got from when they go to Shad's house, I got like 3 or 4 different officers' body cams, right? When they go there, and every one of them, as soon as they go up to the house, knock on the door, and then it redacts. So it's either all black. I don't think any of them the audio stays. I have to see, because if any of them the audio stays, I could overlay it with the part of that they play on the trial with the video. But I mean, what good would that do? We could watch. That wouldn't even make sense anyway. But anyway, so they just redact it. So they either make a black screen and then they redact the audio, so you know that there's a bunch after, but you can't see it. The thing that doesn't make sense is they played parts of it at the trial of when they go in the house. So you're going to play it at the trial, but then for the files, you redact it all. So we don't even get that. They didn't even send me that. It was all cut right there. So couldn't they just redact like parts where it doesn't show the head and doesn't show anything, so we could hear the talking and see what they're saying to each other? But no. All right. Mr. Redacted. Yep. All right. So let's play this. Next clip.
You mentioned observing the bucket. I guess where in the basement was that located?
As you go down the stairs, if you turn to the immediate right, it was at the bottom of the stairs to the right.
Was it in pretty close proximity to the stairs?
Yes.
After you made that observation, what did you do?
After I pulled the towel off?
Yes.
I had Officer Plunky come downstairs and just verify we had in fact found a human head in the bucket. And then we started to notify a supervisor and then ask for additional units.
I don't know why, like, it's not froze. What I'm playing on is not froze. It's just freezing when I share it. So I might try to share it off of this computer instead. It's freezing, huh? Is it freezing for you guys? Is the audio freezing? Let me see.
And at that time, on February 23rd, 2020, did your department utilize body-worn cameras?
Yes.
Is that something that was operating on that day?
Yes.
Did you have the chance to review your body-worn camera prior to your testimony today?
Yes, I did.
If you were able to observe that here in court, would you be able to recognize it?
Yes, I'll be able to.
Okay.
Okay. Did you both see this? I opened the towel, I picked up the towel and dropped it, because I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I have bad vision. And she's like, is that what I think it is? I don't fucking know. What the fuck?
Do you want to stay with those two? I'll just go see it.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
So right there, look right, there's a bucket with a towel on it.
Just keep my head. Dude, it is.
What? You're wanting to go from there, I'll look at it. Oh, I fucking got this.
Come here.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second. Jeez. Whoa.
Let's just. Okay. Hold on. Just. That's what we don't, right?
That's what I'm up.
Alcohol here. 4 Ed 1 to 82 Sam. I know you're busy over there, but this is actually what it's going to be. It's not going to be a 961 thing or a 96 thing, so we're going to need more units here.
That's no problem. If there's anybody supposed to do that.
Was that Fred 1? No, for right now. If we could get more units here sooner rather than later, that'd be appreciated. We've got quite a bit of blood down here. I want to clear this rest of this house. We've got 2 people in the house for sure.
And for the record, the entirety of Exhibit 2, approximately 5 minutes 59 seconds was played. Officer, having reviewed the exhibit, do you recognize the video that was depicted?
Yes, I do.
Does that appear to be consistent with your body-worn camera footage that you observed?
Yes, it is.
And does that appear to also be consistent with your recollection of the scene on Stony Brook Lane on February 23rd?
Correct.
I'd move Exhibit 2.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit 2 will be received.
So, Officer, I want to ask a few questions about that. When you arrived, which door to the residence did you enter through?
It would have been the side door off the driveway.
Okay. And was there a sort of a storm door that was a part of that door as well?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. After you observed the bucket, it appeared that you walked around the basement area of the residence. Is that right?
Yes, it did.
At that point, did you see any other parts of a human body?
No other parts of the human body, no.
Did you notice any areas of potential blood?
Yes.
And where was that?
Beyond the stack of mattresses, there appeared to be blood on the floor and then small chunks of human flesh.
In other areas of that basement, did you locate any obvious signs of blood?
There was a dried blood stain on the mattresses, and that was all that I remember seeing.
After you and Officer Plonky, was that the officer who was also depicted in that video?
Yes, it is.
Did other officers arrive on scene?
Yes.
And what did you and the other officers do at that point?
Sergeant Brester was next to arrive on scene. I kind of informed him of what we had up to this point and then what we needed to do next. We had two other officers responding. Once we got all the officers there that we needed, we conducted a protective sweep of the residence just to make sure there was no other people that we needed to know about, just to make sure that there was no other potential threats.
And you're the first officer to testify, so I'll ask you this because we've heard this term. What is a protective sweep?
It's not a search or anything like that. It's just conducting a sweep of the house just to make sure there's no other people hiding or no other threats.
So essentially a search for people?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than the towel that you lifted off the bucket, was any object moved or rummaged through by officers?
Not the initial responding officers, no.
Okay. You mentioned.
And I don't know why it's so off, the audio. If the next one is, I'll just share it on this computer. I just like sharing it on this because I could be in chat and I don't have to turn my head. I could see chat better. But all right, so yeah, I wish they would have freaking not redacted. I mean, they could have redacted parts, where the bucket and stuff, but I wish they would have we would have been able to see like the officer's reaction and stuff, just whatever they said, but oh well. All right, so next, actually, I might want to read a little bit of something here. Right here is she. My phone keeps doing a weird thing. Weird. All right, so let's do yeah, this is perfect because we just watched that part where they went in Shad's house. So this will kind of explain what was going on, like what they remember. Shad's mom and what, stepdad or mom's boyfriend or whatever. All right. So on Wednesday, 2/23, so that is the date. That's when it happened. Let me make it a little bigger. Actually, let me go like this. There we go. There we go. So much better. Actually, if I go one more. Yeah. All right. You guys should be able to read with me now. Now, how do I get this to go away? How do I get it to go away? Why do I want to go away? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. On Wednesday, 2/23, Detective Lake received a phone call at home around 4:15 a.m. Lieutenant Begun requested my response to the Green Bay PD in reference to a suspicious death. Lieutenant Begun indicated a resident mother was awoken early this morning and located a pail in the basement that was out of place. The pail had a towel over it, And when the mother removed the towel, she located the head blank. I was advised at this time that the remainder of the body was not located. I responded to the PD to assist in the investigation. Detective Kempf and Graff were also notified and responded to the PD. We were updated with the current information by patrol officer. We learned about around 3:30 a.m. Green Bay police responded to as located a severed head in a bucket in the basement. We were advised blank, her live-in boyfriend, and her 16-year-old daughter were in the interview rooms. I was asked to speak with, so blank was seated in the interview room 3, which had the audio video started. I contacted blank and asked if she needed anything. Blank stated that she did not need anything. I provided her with some tissues. I offered her my condolences, and we spoke for a few minutes. I then explained to her that I would like her to tell me about the last day or so. There's a chunk redacted, but it says, she then went to the kitchen, and at this point, she heard a female's voice coming from the basement. She indicated the female's voice kept talking, and at one point, she heard, I am so effing mad. She stated she did not hear anyone's voice, just the females. I asked her if she recognized the voice, and she stated it had sounded like blank. Ex-girlfriend's, so it must be Shad's ex-girlfriend's, Serena. Unknown spelling. She stated that she did not believe the voice could have been Serena, as blank had not dated her in 4 to 5 years. Blank stated that she left the kitchen as she thought she heard footsteps coming up the stairs, and she did not want to talk to anyone. She then went to her room. She stated she turned on the TV on loudly, as she could still hear the female talking in the basement, and when she went to bed around 10:30, she did not hear the female anymore. She indicated that she was awoken this morning by the police. Blank told me that she left her cell phone on the kitchen table. I asked her what vehicle she saw when she got home, and she indicated that she saw her mom's red car and she saw a large tan van. I then asked her who all lives at the house, blank, and she stated her mother and her mom's boyfriend. So this was his sister, right? Okay, so wait. Okay, sorry. I spoke with Detective Graff, who had been speaking with blank, interview room 4, and he indicated that we could move blank to her mother, with her mother. I turned blank over to her mother. At this point, 2 parties were being transported to the Green Bay PD from an address on Eastman that may have information about this incident. So we know who that was, Scott and Taylor. I was advised these 2 people may have been involved in this case, that the male was uncooperative. That's bullcrap. The male was totally cooperative. They're talking about Scott. Blank, blank, and blank were escorted out of the interview area because of the 2 parties coming in. They were escorted to the front lobby area of the PD. I got a $50 hotel voucher. God, I can't talk. Hold on. Let me make sure my chat is caught up. Okay, yeah. Whoa, what? Somebody's mom died today? Oh my god. Are you huh? I'm sorry, whoever's mom. I don't know if I read that right. Okay, so wow. Okay, so the family actually did not, it was advised that they did not need the hotel voucher. The voucher had been printed off GURP, and later I gave it to Lieutenant N. Allen to return. While in the PD lobby, I worked with blank, blank, and blank, and blank. Wait, blank, blank, and blank, blank, and blank. Gave written consent to search of their cell phones, forms attached to the case files. Blank and blank gave written consent for a buccal DNA sample. I received samples from blank. Well, okay, I'm going to skip through some of this. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so I was then asked to speak with Scott M. Tomes. Tomes was in the interview 5, which had the audio video recording activated. Tomes had been transported to the police department in a patrol car from his address. So let's see how they view Tomes. You know what I'm saying? We saw what really happened from the body cam. Now let's see how they describe it. Because I haven't read all this. Okay, wait. Tomes had been he'd been transported. Okay. I was advised this address that the two parties were arrested earlier and they may have been involved. I was advised a female, Taylor Schabusiness, was also arrested, or blank was also arrested and transported to the police department, and Detective Graff and Detective Kemp were interviewing her. I was advised when the police arrived at Tomes' apartment, they noticed a few blood drops outside Tomes' vehicle, parked in the lot, and when Tomes answered the door, he was whipping his hands with a rag that may have blood on it. Lie! That's not true at all. Dang it. See how, like, Oh, so I'm sorry, Aros Frost. Oh my God, I'm sorry about your mom. Are you okay? Wow. Aww. I just spilled this crap. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Wow. Aw. Dang it. You okay? Okay, so but yeah, this is already inaccurate, right? So all right, where are we at? The whipping his hands with the rag. No, he was like, no whipping the hands. He was trying to be like, he opened the door all slow. I learned had blood on her clothes when the police arrived. I think this is probably Taylor, I'm sure. Tomes was uncooperative, throwing chairs around and yelling that he wanted a lawyer. Detective Peters was assisting. He was totally cooperative. He was yelling, like, whenever they were in there interviewing him, he was totally cooperative. It was just when they left him in there by himself. He wasn't being uncooperative. He's like, come on, people, tell me what's going on. I want to know what's going on. Give me a lawyer then. If you're going to I'm not going to stay here. But every time they came in, he was totally cooperative. That's bull crap. Well, I'm glad the body cams proves it, you know. Detective Peters and I had contact with Tomes in the interview. Yeah, Shorty, the chocolate shirt guy. Yeah. Did you hear, Sarah, when I read it? So they charged him, but they weren't gonna, I don't know if they ended up giving him the fine, but the now I forget what was the title of the guy, because it wasn't Attorney General. It was oh my God, I can't even think. Hold on. Someone number 2. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, he said he wasn't going to prosecute. So yeah, they put the charge and they're not going to prosecute, and they said you could still charge like a municipal charge or whatever, fine. But thank God they didn't actually charge, like, because that's a criminal charge he would have had on his record, but they didn't do it. Thank God. But no, it does. It's bull crap. It does, because even if they find him, first of all, they shouldn't have fined him, but I'm so glad it won't be on his record. But also it's like, yeah, no, it's just bull crap. Okay, where are we at? Detective Peters and I had contact with Tomes in the interview room. I introduced ourselves to him and explained to him that at this point he was under arrest. Yeah, and he wasn't. Tomes was upset over the questioning, why he was under arrest and what was going on. I asked him if he needed anything to include a cigarette, and he indicated that he would like a cigarette. Officers assisted in letting Tomes smoke a cigarette. When he was done with the cigarette, we re-entered the room and Tomes had settled down. I got his basic information from him. Tomes indicated he was calming down, but was so confused on what was going on, and indicated that he would talk with us. I told him that it was my understanding that he was asking for a lawyer earlier, so I would not be able to talk with him, to which he stated he did not want a lawyer at this time and that he would answer questions. I explained to him that was his choice, but I would still need to read him Miranda rights, and I read, sorry, hold on. I then read Tomes the Miranda rights word for word directly off the form. Tomes indicated he understood his rights and waived them. I later attached the Miranda form. Okay. I asked Tomes about the girl that was located at his apartment this morning. Tomes informed me her name was Taylor Schabusiness, but it had been Chabot prior. He stated that he met her years ago when they worked at the same company. He indicated Taylor was having issues at work, and he looked after her and soon became like a daughter to him. He told me that Taylor had told him blank. Tomes stated Taylor would struggle with drugs, meth at times. He stated Taylor lived with him on and off. She did get married, but her husband is currently in prison. He believed that they were divorced. They weren't though, huh? Tomes indicated Taylor had gotten into law trouble, so she moved to Texas. While in Texas, she got pregnant and had a child this past October. Tomes stated Taylor did not have custody of the child and that the father had custody. Taylor came back to Green Bay for some court hearings and was put out on house arrest, so she was staying with him at his apartment. She was going off house arrest in March, so she would have been off of it in March. He indicated that she was doing good, and he believed her to be clean and off meth. He stated she was working at Nexus near Aurora Hospital. About 3 weeks ago, he noticed a few changes in Taylor, and she stopped going to work. Tomes stated part of the home arrest, Taylor had to wear an ankle bracelet that was monitored by EMP. He indicated he watched Taylor slip the ankle bracelet off and put it back on a few times. Tomes stated EMP would call to check up on her, and they would call him as he was assisting them. He also stated that she has an alcohol monitor. I then asked Tomes about the last few days. Tomes stated last night, Monday night, Taylor had a friend over named blank. I don't know why they're redacting Chad's name. He's not a minor. I mean, that's weird. This is what the case is. He's the victim. I don't understand. I don't know. He did not know blank's last name, but had seen him before. He indicated he believed Taylor hooked up with blank to get and do meth. He believes this would have been around 9 p.m. on Monday night. Tomes indicated that he woke up on Tuesday morning. He saw his cell phone was blinking. He checked his voicemail and had messages from EMP, Debbie, calling about Taylor. He stated he went to her bedroom and found it empty, but saw both her ankle bracelet and her alcohol monitor. Tomes stated he then noticed his car keys missing and found his car gone. He indicated his car keys are on a lanyard, which hangs on a hook next to the front door. Tomes stated his vehicle is a gold Chrysler Town and County with, or country probably, with Wisconsin tag, blah, blah, blah. He stated that Taylor has used his vehicle in the past, but with his permission, and that she always asks him to use it. He stated she did not ask him to use his car last night, and he did not give her permission to take his vehicle. He stated he did not call the police to report the vehicle missing. Tomes said he was on the phone with EMP all day. Tomes indicated he had no vehicle all day, so he was unable to go to his dad's house to assist him as he does every day. Tomes stated he was drinking last night, whiskey and cranberry juice. He indicated he does get drunk, but not inebriated. He indicated around midnight, Taylor returned home with his vehicle. He stated she basically went directly into her bedroom. He stated he had a suspicion she was high on drugs. Tomes stated he was calling EMP to advise them Taylor had returned when the police arrived. He believed the police arrived 15 to 20 minutes after Taylor got home. Tomes stated that the last time he was in his vehicle would have been Monday night around 9 p.m. when he returned from his dad's house. Officers gave Tomes another cigarette break. But I'm confused because if he said she got home at midnight, that was like 5 in the morning, around 5 in the morning when they came and picked to their house, right? So that was the time discrepancy. Remember during the interview, they were confused because they're like, well, wait, that doesn't make sense. So it doesn't. But like I said, they don't make sense. The way they described everything happening, I'm mad. While speaking with Tomes, there was a slight odor of alcohol in the air. He had a dark colored stain on his t-shirt under the neckline. Looking at his hands and arms, I saw no visible injuries and no signs of any red substance. Tomes did not have a cell phone on him when transported to the PD, but he did have his vehicle keys attached to the lanyard. Detective Peters and I returned to interview Tomes. At this point, I told Tomes that blank was dead. Tomes appeared to be surprised and appeared to have an appropriate response. Tomes indicated that what he told us was accurate. I then showed Tomes a picture of blank and asked him who the picture was, and he immediately stated the picture was blank. I attached the picture I showed Tomes to the case file. Tomes allowed Detective Peters to look at his hands. Detective Peters noticed a small red scratch to one of his palms. I noticed that too. But I mean, people get scratches. It's just like a bad coincidence. And Tomes indicated he received that injury from a fall on the ice. Tomes then consented to the search of his cell phone, his vehicle, his apartment, and to a buccal DNA swab. I completed all appropriate paperwork, which I attached to the case file. Detective Peters swabbed Tomes for hands oh my God, I can't talk. He swabbed Tomes' hands for evidence. Tomes indicated that the stain on his shirt was gravy from a Salisbury steak he made the day before. Looking closer at the stain, it did not appear to be a red substance, but Detective Peters did collect his shirt as evidence. While speaking with Tomes, I told him that his apartment was going to be searched. Consent and a search warrant was complied for. Tomes stated he understood and indicated he had a personal use marijuana in the house. He stated that the marijuana is for his medical issues and should be in a box on the end table by his chair. He admitted to ownership of the marijuana. I asked Tomes about the living arrangements in his apartment. He stated Taylor stays in the bedroom and he sleeps in his chair in the living room. What a gentleman. So he gives her the bedroom and he sleeps in his chair. This guy's a good guy, I feel like. He seems like a good guy, you know? Tomes was released from the interview room. Detective Beck and I transported him to his dad's house. I advised Tomes we had his vehicle and keys and that we would be searching his apartment later today and to call me later to find out if he could return home. He was given my business card with my cell phone number on it. Later in the afternoon, I received a phone call from Tomes, and at the time, his apartment had been searched and released, so I advised he could return home. Dr. Peters and I were assigned to assist at the crime scene. Blah, 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 blah. We were advised. Okay, so and it talks about the crime scene is a 2-story colonial home with unattached garage. The driveways on the north side. Okay, hold on. When we arrived on scene, we were advised IFSU was videotaping and photographing the home. We were asked to wait outside the crime scene until that was done and to wait for the medical examiner. A short time later, Brown County medical examiner arrived on scene. Okay, hold on. We searched 2 vehicles in the driveway. There's nothing in the recycling bin. And I removed the garbage bag and went through it and located nothing suspicious. Okay. I want to find the one where it talks about the mother and her her experience that night. Hold on 1 second. Okay, on 2/24. Oh, this is the interview. So let's see. Wait, came to the police department. Oh, this is somebody else. So probably one of the friends, right? That was feeling like kind of probably like, oh shoot, I was with them, right? Came to the police department at 12 p.m. Oh, okay. So it had been identified by Taylor in her interview as being with her and blank, her and Shad, earlier in the day on February 22nd. I spoke with blank in interview room number 2. Why didn't they send that? Like, that should have been a part of the files. I didn't get that interview. But anyway, I said, had been talking with Detective Secor, who coordinated him to speak with me. He heard that there was a murder and asked me if it was blank, and I told him yes, oh God, and that he felt bad. He told me that he was concerned because he just saw Shad on Tuesday. Before we talked, I asked blank to confirm some of his personal information. Okay. And asked if before he made any statements, he could remain anonymous and said that he did not really know anything. I had previously told blank that he was not in trouble and that he could go at any time he wanted, and that through the investigation we learned that he may have seen Shad before his death. I asked blank to tell me about the last time he saw Shad, and he said that he saw Shad Tuesday afternoon after getting a text message from Taylor asking if he wanted to hang out. Later, he said that it was after dark by the time he hung out with Taylor and Shad, and they did not want to be locked into any specific time. Said that Taylor decided to pick up blank and that they all hung out for a few hours. Yeah, this is just before. Hold on, I want to read. I'm trying to find the one with the mom. Hold on one second. This is the phones. This is that interview that I already read. That one day was on the 228. All right, hold on. Let me take this down. Actually, I'll look for the next part I'm going to play while I play another video. Hopefully this video doesn't... I'll have to play it on this side so I can look for the next one. So hopefully it's not bad with the audio. So the next one we're going to play is... Hold on. We'll do cutting and sawing. Let me see how long this one is. 11. Yeah, so this is hold on one second. But the medical examiner. All right. So trigger warning, guys. All right.
Exhibit 79 is a copy of my autopsy notes and diagrams that I generated on this case. It includes head and neck.
It's off. Is it off for you guys too? This is making me so mad. Gosh, I would. Hold on. Let me just. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to reshare it again. I'm sorry, guys. Just give me a minute. Actually, I'm going to leave the studio and then just go back in and see if that helps. Because I really want to do it so I have this computer free so I could find the next document I want to read. All right, let's try it. I know. I don't know why the audio it is. I mean, it's off because like I could see what it's supposed to be, and it's just, and it gets really annoying. Like it's not fun to watch when it's off like that. So let me try it again. You know what I'll do? I'll share a window instead. Maybe that'll help. Or a tab, I mean. All right, we're going to share this tab. Hopefully that maybe that'll be better. Let's see. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Hold on. I didn't click on it. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, never mind. I did. Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, because this is a tab. That's right. Okay, let's see.
Exhibit 79
yes,
is a copy of my autopsy notes and diagrams that I generated on this case. It includes head and neck diagrams. It includes diagrams of the entire body and diagrams of the skeletal system as well.
Your Honor, I would move for admission of Exhibit 79 and ask for permission to publish the diagrams.
Any objection?
No.
All right, that can be published to the jury. I'll receive it and it can be published to the jury.
And Judge, for the diagrams and the subsequent discussion, could the lights be dimmed as well?
Sure.
Dr. Tranquita, is the screen now displaying what would be the first page of Exhibit 79?
Yes, it does.
And can you note what's of importance from your medical perspective as to these diagrams?
Of course. This is the front page of what's referred to as my autopsy notes. And this allows me a front and back view of the body to depict findings. Also, a spot at the top where I can enter the general demographic features. In other words, weight of the body as it's recovered, approximated age, frame, hair color, eye color, what's the state of the postmortem changes, such as rigor mortis or livor mortis. And then with the front and back diagrams, I'm able to show sort of general findings. In this case, because there were so many sharp force injuries and injuries of the head and neck, I saved them for separate diagrams. And this is more for general findings. The most relevant ones that I want to kind of emphasize on is there is marked congestion of the head and neck, but the rest of the body is relatively pale. There were some contusions or blunt force trauma injuries of the remainder of the body. There was a contusion on the upper aspect of the left side of the chest, a contusion on the upper aspect of the right side of the chest. There were abrasions of the right upper extremity. There was a contusion or bruise of the anterior aspect of the right knee, and there was a collapsed blister on the left heel. He also had a gray metal ring that was present on the little finger of the left hand.
Doctor, on the screen, are we now showing page 2 of Exhibit 79?
Yes, we are.
And specifically, I draw your attention to the top right-hand corner of that. There's a depiction or a drawing. What is that?
In the top right-hand drawing is a depiction of the surface of the decedent's tongue. With my crude art skills, I apologize. But I'm depicting where the arc-like abrasions are present on the tongue, and that's at the tip, those curvilinear interrupted abrasions. There was a contusion of the right side of the tip of the tongue or bruise. And then on the back and middle aspect of the right side of the tongue, there were 2 parallel, very patterned, very regular indentation rows consistent with a potential ligature being pressed against the neck. Being pressed against the tongue.
Doctor, based on your prior experience with strangulation cases, is that something that is typically seen or ordinarily seen where there's a potential ligature strangulation that you may see ligature marks not only on the neck but also on other parts of the body?
Yes, it occurs when the ligature shifts during the assault. If the ligature shifts, often the victim or the decedent will try to get their chin underneath the ligature. I can sometimes see injuries across the chin, across the lower lip, or inside the mouth as the ligature is shifting in position before it's placed again on the neck.
Doctor, you mentioned that you were present on scene and had the opportunity to observe 2 metal dog chains that were collected by law enforcement. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And did you note any consistency between those chains that were collected and the marks that you observed on Chad Therian's body?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
When I'm observing injuries or trying to interpret injuries, I am looking for patterns. Anything that I can use to convey to an investigator, hey, you may want to look for this at the scene. In this case, we had very organized, repeating, interrupted indentations on the surface of the tongue, very evenly spaced apart. This would not be inconsistent with the pattern of a chain and the chain links as they twist, leaving separate corner impressions on the surface of the tongue.
Doctor, does the screen now depict the 3rd page of Exhibit 79?
Yes, it does.
And could you describe for the jury the significance of these particular diagrams?
Because there were so many findings, I separated out the head and neck diagrams to a separate diagram. This diagram depicts multiple different views of the decedent's head and neck. Similar to the photograph, we can see that there is congestion of the head above the level of decapitation. In other words, there's purplish discoloration or cyanosis or plethory of the upper aspect of the neck and head, consistent with congestion. On the right side of the decedent's face and nose is an abrasion. There are contusions at the left temple, just above the ear, and at the right temple, just above the ear as well, or bruises. Once I dissected down the neck, I found hemorrhages of the muscles of the neck on the left side and right side of the neck. I also found sharp force injuries of the outer aspect of the left eyebrow and outer aspect of the left upper eyelid, and then also on the left side of the tip of the nose. I believe that these are also post-mortem artifact because they're non-hemorrhagic. There's no redness, there's no swelling. This is consistent with cutting a body that's already been dead. Across the neck, I am depicting the point of decapitation of the decedent. This was roughly at the level of cervical vertebra C5, C6. We have about 7 cervical vertebrae. So it's just above the base of the neck, where we have complete decapitation. In other words, it's going completely through the neck and the head is separate from the remainder of the body. There are also a number of sharp force injuries above and below the level of decapitation, consistent with multiple cuts attempted as the person is trying to get through the neck.
Now, Doctor, does the screen show what is page 4 of Exhibit 79?
Yes, it does.
I don't think I will ask you to describe every injury that's denoted on this particular diagram, as we would be here a while, but could you describe generally what is depicted in this diagram?
Of course. This is a front and back view of the decedent's body, where I'm attempting to show the points of dismemberment, as well as points of sharp force injury that are present. The contusions I've also included here to try to show where they are, or bruises and abrasions. But for the most part, I want to focus on the sharp force trauma. In particular, in this case, we have the head has been decapitated at the level of the lower neck. The back has been largely flayed and defleshed. In other words, the skin of the back has been removed. Also, the muscles of the back have been removed so that we have exposed rib cage and spine. The torso, so extending from about the neck to the groin, has been bisected or cut in half at the level of the lumbar vertebra or the vertebra of the lower spine, so that we have access to the inside of the torso, both the pelvis and the upper aspect of the chest and abdomen. We have attempted amputations at the level of the right shoulder and right elbow. We have numerous cuts and stab wounds of the extremities. When we get to the abdomen and thighs, we have areas of skin removal where flaps of skin have been removed. Where we get to the right thigh, all of the soft tissue has been removed, so we're down to the bone. In other words, all we have is exposed femur for the length of the femur. When we get to the lower extremities, the left lower extremity has been amputated to the level of the knee. The kneecap or patella was recovered separately. We have another amputation from the knee to the level of the ankle, and the left foot was recovered from within the left chest cavity, placed within there. At the right lower extremity, we have, again, the femur, which has been largely defleshed, but I was able to reapproximate the pieces of muscle and pieces of skin to recreate what was there. And then we had the right knee to the right foot still intact.
Doctor, based on your training and experience, what kind of amount of time would be necessary in order to create this sort of disruption to a body?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Foundation.
Overruled. It is my medical opinion that this would be quite a few hours. We have decapitation, we have dismemberment, we have transection of the torso. Subsequently, internally, the body has been eviscerated. In other words, we have entered inside the body through various cuts, both at the abdomen and between the ribs, where the victim's organs have been removed, largely one by one. We have castration of the decedent. The decedent has been castrated as well. We have cutting or sawing through chop mark injuries of the bones. It is my medical opinion that this would have taken quite a great deal of time.
Crazy, yeah. No, I know. I don't remember any that much either, Sarah. That's how I feel. Like, I don't even remember the mother being on the stand. I don't remember a lot of it. So it's just like, because trials are like so long, you know, every day. So like, I think a lot of the time it's like maybe we're not fully focused the whole 8 hours every day. Or maybe like our brain only absorbs so much and just some of it didn't get absorbed. Well, I guess I'm still saying that's the same thing, huh? But yeah, wow. So, yeah, because I mean, she was trying to get rid of it all. Actually, that brings me to maybe this document I should read. Hold on. Where did I put it? Is it here? Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's what I want to do. The notes that I took. That's what I was reading. So, where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? I swear I had it. I just was reading it with all the specifics. This would have been a perfect thing to get into. I can't remember if I read it in a document or my notes. Just give me 1 second. Placing 5-gallon bucket. Okay, so says she's used a bread knife to dismember him. Says Shad's head and a male organ were first discovered in a plastic container in the basement by his mother, who notified police. His legs were later located in a crockpot box. I think it was just his side, or hold on, behind the driver's seat of the vehicle. The rest of the body had been in various plastic bags found in the basement. These are just some notes I had, so I don't know. All right. All right. Let me see what other part of this document. All right. So hold on a second, guys. Sorry. Maybe I will play another one because I didn't. I was watching that and I didn't get a chance to find the next part that I want to read. So let me play another video, another part of the trial real quick. Okay. So this one I played. All right, next we'll play. So here's the prosecutor. Oh, that's a. Wait, is that the opening statement? Hold on 1 second. Is it? Well, I'll just play this. So I could find the other thing that I wanted to play. All right. The only thing of sharing it the way I shared it, I have to go in and share each one separately. But hey, it's working because the audio is not off. So I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep doing it. All right. Secure. Okay.
The evidence in this case will show that In the early morning of February 22nd of 2022, the defendant strangled her friend Shad Therian to death using a dog collar. That after he was dead, engaged in sexual acts with him, his body, subsequently dismembered him using kitchen knives found in the home. Over the next few days, in the first phase of trial, the state of Wisconsin, myself, District Attorney Lassay, will present a number of witnesses who will testify about what happened in this case, and that'll show and demonstrate to you that the defendant committed these acts. You'll hear testimony and evidence will show that in the early morning of February 23rd, is a Tuesday, kind of a normal cold February in Wisconsin, at a house on Stony Brook Lane. It's sort of, if you know the area, the west side of Green Bay, Fireman's Park, West Mason Street, that area. Tara Package is kind of in her home and is awoken by a storm door shut. There's a door that's sort of abuts the driveway to the residence, normal single-family home in the area. Hears a storm door close and is awoken from sleep. It's early morning, 2:30, 3 a.m., somewhere in there. She goes and gets up. It kind of wakes her up, and she's aware at that point that her son, Shad, was in the basement with a friend, Taylor. They had been over the day before, February 22nd, February 21st, in that time frame. And she kind of goes and sees what's going on, right? We hear this noise late in the night, early in the morning, and she sees the basement light is on. At that point, she's aware that, they were down there throughout the day of the 22nd, and she goes down and sees, because the light's on in the basement, and she's seeing what's going on. And you'll see sort of the scene, sort of go down the stairs to a normal basement. It's partially finished on one half, partially like a utility area, laundry, that kind of storage area. And right next to the stairs, there's a 5-gallon bucket that you'd get at a home center. And she lifts a towel that's covering the bucket. It's like a beach towel. And unfortunately, sees essentially a mother's worst nightmare, that her son's head is in the bucket. Understandably, you'll hear testimony about that and the shock that caused. Tara goes and talks to her boyfriend who lives in the home, Steve. You'll hear from him. He goes and checks too, and ultimately they call 911. And that's how this case comes to be. You'll hear from the officers this morning, likely, who arrived on scene and what they observed, obviously confirming the information that was reported to law enforcement about Shad's circumstances, how they find the bucket, and it has parts of Shad as well as knives. You'll hear about, at that point, a relative lack of other indicia of a crime occurred. It's not a significant amount of blood on the walls and on the floor. There's some, you'll hear about that, but it takes law enforcement time to see what actually happened, the full extent of what the defendant did in this case. By that point, they're actually interviewing the defendant, and she's providing them information that, no, Shad's still in the basement. The rest of him is still in the basement. And ultimately, you'll hear about what officers find in that basement. There's, as I mentioned, the living area has some mattresses, blood-soaked. Once you remove the blankets, other clothing items. There's a tote, a teal tote, kind of a larger Tupperware that has knives as well as body parts of Shad. There's bags, a sort of duffel bag type item, a backpack, all of which contain parts of Shad's body, as well as knives that were used in the dismemberment. And you'll hear all about that. The officers who responded on scene and processed the evidence, ultimately locating the parts of Shad. You'll hear about then other things that are found. Signs of methamphetamine use, which the defendant later acknowledges happened with her and Shad right before this crime occurred. Cleaning products. As I mentioned, you may have an idea in your head of this crime and what that looks like and what law enforcement would encounter when they got there, and you'll see what actually encountered. You'll hear about Clorox wipes and how the defendant would go to the shower and sort of clean up and use a squeegee and clean up the scene. You'll hear about the medical examiner and their team who arrive and are dealing with this situation, and it's determined that not all of Shad is located in the basement. There's certain parts that are missing, and ultimately in the van that the defendant is driving, gold minivan, there's additional legs of Shad found in that van. You'll hear from Dr. Vincent Tranquita. He's our medical examiner at the time, and he will testify about cause and manner of death. And you'll hear about the cause being strangulation. Significant force applied to the neck, significant signs of strangulation that you'll hear about, and then ultimately, obviously, a significant amount of dismemberment after the fact. You'll hear Dr. Tranquita talk about that. That's all happening at Stony Brook. And 23rd, throughout that day, you'll hear about significant investigation that goes on at that house. And then you'll hear about then, a few hours after that initial 911 call, how law enforcement kind of gets word that, Shad was with the defendant, Ms. Schabusiness, before this offense, and that they locate her at her apartment on Eastman Avenue, sort of on the other side of Green Bay, east side. Encountered as she's leaving the apartment that she shares with another person, and you'll see that encounter, how the defendant is essentially literally caught red-handed, blood on her hands. There's a significant knife wound that she talks about later was suffered in the course of the crimes. There's blood on her clothing. There's black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. And she talks with law enforcement for a pretty significant amount of time. Detective David Groff, who's seated at counsel table here, interviews the defendant along with another detective, and they start to learn more about what happened in this case and sort of the hours leading up to the crimes. Again, it's a significant and lengthy interview, and the defendant's providing information that you'll see jives with what law enforcement's encountering in that basement. She admits to, as I mentioned, methamphetamine use before this. She and Shad were sort of hanging out beforehand. They were friends from school back in the day, and it seems like they were in a friendly state at the time of this offense. And you'll hear then they go to the Stony Brook Lane home and go to the basement. They're let in by Steve. You'll hear about that in the early morning of the 22nd. You'll hear the defendant describe that what apparently begins as a somewhat sexual encounter escalates to a dog collar being placed around Shad's neck. And the defendant quite vividly describes what she then did. She's yanking on the chain. She's describing what's happening to Shad. It's evidence that you'll hear, and you'll hear it from the defendant's own mouth, that shows that this is an intentional act. It's not one pull of a gun trigger. It's an intense act. You'll hear about that from Vincent Tranquita, Dr. Tranquita as well. She's pulling harder, just hoping that he eventually passes, and it takes a significant amount of time. It takes several minutes. So you'll hear her say. After that, after Shad's deceased, she describes what she then does with his body, again, engaging in sexual acts, ultimately dismembering him quite significantly. She reports that afterwards, that law enforcement would have fun finding all the body parts that are located throughout the basement, told law enforcement where to find certain body parts. Like I said, it wasn't obvious to law enforcement who initially respond to that basement what happened. It's information being provided by the defendant that later is corroborated by law enforcement. You'll hear the defendant admit to cleaning up, avoiding guilt, avoiding responsibility for this. You'll hear her talk about that. You'll see the signs of that, as I mentioned earlier. That dismemberment process takes that entire day of the 22nd, essentially. As I mentioned, Tara wakes up to Taylor leaving at about 2:33 a.m. on the 23rd. The investigation doesn't stop there, despite the defendant's confessions. Law enforcement continues. They send DNA to the lab, and it confirms the accounts that we're getting here. Blood on the defendant's hands, left and right hands, or Shad's. Blood on the knives, some of the knives that are used is Shad's. The clothing item, as I mentioned, the black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, has red substances, blood on the sweatpants, all consistent with what happened, with the defendant's statements, with what law enforcement's seeing. So this case is really not a whodunit. You'll hear about the crimes that clearly occurred. You'll hear the defendant's statement saying, yep, I did it. And you have DNA evidence and other investigative tools that kind of corroborate everything else. So for this, the defendant's charged with the 3 crimes that the judge read off earlier. First degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, dismembering the corpse, and then third degree sexual assault. So we'll get into what that all means later. We'll have closing arguments where we kind of provide summation and provide all that to you. But for now, as you kind of listen to the evidence, count 1, the state needs to prove that the defendant caused the death of Shad and that she did so intentionally. As I mentioned, you're going to hear a lot about that. And it's nothing but intentional. This is not an accident. This is not a mistake. It's a significant act the defendant did. Dismembering a corpse for the purpose of concealing a crime, you'll hear a lot about that. And third degree sexual assault, how she engaged in oral contact with Shad's body and inserted objects in his body as well after the fact. I know in voir dire, some of you talked about, you've heard some about this case, and that's to be expected potentially. It's really important to stress that our system of justice is not based on media accounts, on word of mouth, on what you hear. The evidence is what happens in these 4 walls and what you hear and see. And ultimately, the evidence in this case will point to 1A. The defendant is guilty of these 3 crimes. So again, this is just meant to be an overview on the evidence we expect you to hear over the next few days in the first phase. But ultimately, the case comes down to choices and responsibility. The defendant made a series of choices, February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Choices to use methamphetamine, choices to kill her friend, Shad, choices to then utterly degrade him after the fact. The choices the defendant made. And when we come back in closing arguments later this week at some point, we'll argue to you that the evidence in this case is clear. The choices the defendant made indicate that you're not going to have a reasonable doubt about what the defendant did, that she's guilty of all 3 crimes. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right. So Laura Owens. Okay. I never even heard of that one, Ashley. I never heard of it. All right. So bus species. I don't know. I'll say it. I never heard of it. Is it a place? Is it like a restaurant? Oh, I have seen that. I've seen a video of it. Okay. Where they have like a ton of like what Oh my God, I can't even think of the word, but yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. Okay. I don't know. Do we have one all saying in Ohio? I'm sure there is. I don't think I've ever seen one in Canton. They're probably going to end up being everywhere though, huh? I bet. Oh, jerky, really? Ooh, I love jerky. Actually, we have this good jerky downstairs. It's making me want to go get some. Oh, they have clean bathrooms. Okay, that's good. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll be an alien too. I mean, I've seen it on it, like somebody had a video of it, but I don't like, we don't have one. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't get it ready. I was trying to find the document. I couldn't do it in time. Okay, so actually pay their employees well, do they? I bet. Uber Eats. Yeah. Okay, so all right, let me try to find this document. I was looking. That's what I was looking this whole time. I could not freaking find it. Oh, I'm trying to find the part where they talk about the mom and what she says and stuff. This is kind of, I'm trying to figure out what this is from right here, though. It says information from phone calls. It says, it is part of my procedure in some of my investigations to monitor phone calls that a suspect in the investigation might have made from jail. It is made clear to me that the inmate calls are recorded and monitored, and I do have access to the phone calls. When listening to a call on March 3rd, 2022, so that would have been like a few weeks after the murder, right? At 9:46 a.m. to who I believe is Taylor's father, I heard a comment from Taylor that I believe is pertinent to this case. The male caller told Taylor that he wanted to ask her a question. Make sure I didn't turn this up. The caller asked Taylor that when she was talking to them and stating what happened, she was still under the influence of meth because he figured that she still would be. Taylor's response was to pause and then state, "Not really." Taylor made a comment about going on 2 days, but it was not clarified what she meant, and the topic changed. I attached a recording of the call. Yeah, I wish you would freaking send it with the files, but let's see. So here's, it says the blue Motorola is believed to belong to Taylor. On 3/10/22, I did have a brief contact with Taylor by phone while she was at the Brown County Jail. I explained to Taylor that I had just one question for her regarding a search warrant for her phone, and she didn't have to answer, and she could hang up at any time. I asked Taylor if she knew the password for her blue phone, and she stated that she could not remember. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is this one? Oh, wait. So here is, ooh, let's look at this. So on 2/23/22, Forensic specialist, blank, blank, whatever, were requested to process exhibit. It's the Chrysler minivan. We arrived at the off-site storage. I photographed the exterior and interior of the vehicle. They searched for the items. So they located a crock box that was removed. I photographed the crock box with the assistant, blah, blah, blah. Wow, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. They removed the remaining items located inside the crock box. 9 items of interest to be collected were removed from the crock box. So remember, in that one body cam, it shows them looking in, and you see the crock box laying like right there. I have like a picture I have to show that they showed at the trial, and you could kind of see like his thigh, and it's crazy. I had it in one of my videos in the body cam, like when the body cam was playing, and then I just screenshot it in. But anyway, so 9 items. Okay, so where are we at? I hope, are they gonna say it? 2 addition items. Hold on. There's somewhere where it shows. Okay, so empty pill bottle for Scott in the driver door compartment of the vehicle. Paperwork for prescription for Taylor in the glove compartment. So are they gonna say they swab stuff? Man, I want to know. 9 items. Photographed overalls of the sealed bag. Okay, hold on. No, the registration. There's somewhere where it has all this. I just didn't get a chance to get it all. Hold on. Oh, wait, here's the, okay, wait, hold on. So we have the door handle. Okay, hold on. Red substance on the green toy located in the basement. Red substance on a Pampers box cover. Pampers box cover located in the basement. Red substance on the floor at the bottom of the stairs of the basement. Red substance on the entranceway of the shower, laundry storage area. Red substance on the storage freezer area in the basement. Black and blue Jimmy Choo bag. Located on the bottom left side of Pampers box. Purple pipe located in the floor of the basement. Clear white glass pipe located on the TV stand in the basement living area. Green gem bag with unknown crystal powder substance located on the TV stand. Samsung cell phone. Clorox wipe container with red substance. Pantene shampoo bottle with red substance. We got the metal box cutter located on the TV stand. Clear cover with red substance. Okay. Box cutter. Okay, hold on 1 second. Silver dog choke collar chain located on the bar table. Black and blue Jimmy Choo bag. Okay, where are we at? So they're talking about the teal tote bag. They labeled it tie-dyed ripped rag as Exhibit 22. We have dog choke collar, towel, multicolored strip towel located on the floor next to the back bucket, or the black bucket, bottom of the stairs. Piece of paper with red substance removed from the black bucket. Oh, I should show some of the screenshots then too, huh? Razor blade head with red substance removed from the black bucket. razor blade head with substance removed from the black bucket, nail with red substance removed from the black bucket, Jolly Rancher wrapper with red substance removed, silver brown folding knife with red substance, which we'll look at those pictures in a minute. Silver blade, brown wood handle. This isn't what I wanted to go over, but oh well. Red tissue. All right, hold on. Cigarette. I'm trying to find it, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So we saw the laundry basket. So you had the cardboard crock pot box, and in a laundry basket. When I went to move the box, I noticed that the weight slightly shifted and it appeared to be heavy. I notified Dr. Tranchita, and he opened the box, and blank Andre took photographs of the cardboard crock pot box that contained blank. And then they removed blank, and they took photographs, and they removed items from the cardboard crock pot box. So they had a athletic shorts, maroon and silver white shorts were located in the box. There's a red substance located in the back passenger driver's side seat. Grocery bag removed from cardboard crockpot box located on back passenger. Nature crystal water bottle removed from the crockpot box. Debris removed from it. What else? Silver tin removed from it. Plastic water cap. Cigarette butt removed from it. Piece of cardboard removed from it. Then we have auto CBC bullet located on the floor. You got some bullets. Faygo red pop in the cup holder. Okay, let's see. Oh, here, look. Okay, on 310, I had contact with Jessup Diedrich, blank. Blank information had been received from Diedrich's probation officer that Diedrich had some type of encounter with Taylor Schabusiness. I was able to make phone contact with Diedrich. Diedrich stated that he has hung out with blank and Taylor in the past. I did ask Diedrich if he had an encounter with Taylor recently. Diedrich stated that recently he had been visiting Taylor at her apartment on Eastman Ave. All Diedrich would tell me was that the Taylor wanted to have sex with him, but she was acting crazy, so he got out of there. Diedrich would not elaborate on what he meant by Taylor acting crazy when asked. I asked Diedrich if Taylor had choked him or attempted to choke him, and he said that she did not. Diedrich would only say that Taylor was acting crazy, but she did not physically assault him or anything. Diedrich made it clear to me that he had no other information that he wanted to provide. Oh, are you leaving, Shorty? Good night. Good night. Anyway, she was probably going to do it to him. Yeah, maybe, Elle. Like, maybe. Could have, right? You never freaking know. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't. Oh, hey, it's just me. How are you? Hey, Willow Wren. Shimmy Dancer. Cosmo for life. I know I've seen you earlier, but I didn't get to say hi to you yet. Hey, Elvin, I don't think I got to say hi to you either. I've been meaning to. I see you, and sometimes I forget to actually say hello. Hello. Who else is here? I'm just going up to make sure. I just want to, Edith, I said hi to you. You've been so sweet. You've had a lot of nice stuff to say. Who else? Okay, I'll continue. I will continue. Oh, so you're back on your birthday. Did you do anything fun for your birthday? I hope. You should be out having fun. Hey, Mr. M. Okay. So, on 3/14, I was able to make contact with a blank, an old Samsung phone. Wait, hold on. I want to try to find. I have to skip. Oh, wait. So this person, yeah, never mind. So she came back. So they found this phone number, made contact with a phone number, acknowledged that the number as being hers, and that she has had the number since she was 16. Blank stated that she had known Blank as she used to ride the school bus with Blank while she was in middle school, and Blank was in high school. Blank had no idea how a phone with her number would be in the basement at the Blank's address. How crazy. Blank stated that she had several other phones in the past, but did not recall losing or having a phone stolen. I asked Blank if she knew Taylor, and Blank stated that she only knew that Taylor had dated Blank in high school, but she did not know Taylor herself. She was able to make okay, so on 3/21, I was able to make contact with Nina Richards they had received an anonymous tip that Nina was with Taylor in the days leading up to the homicide. Richards stated she has known Taylor for over 6 months, and they had first met while working at Hanson Foods together. Richard informed me that the most recent contact that she had with Taylor was that Taylor sent her a Snapchat message asking for money. Richard stated that she did not give Taylor money as she figured that Taylor would use the money to buy drugs. Wow. The last time Richards had physical contact with Taylor was sometime at the end of last year. I asked Richard if she recalled Taylor talking about anything strange or in a sexual way. In any way. Richard did recall Taylor telling her that Taylor had a fascination with Jeffrey Dahmer. Taylor told Richards that she was attracted to Dahmer. If he was still alive, she would have written him. Very interesting. That's why you said you're getting lobster. That's right. Dang it. Oh, when you said it earlier, I didn't even, Crazy. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we at? On 2/24, well, hold on, let me see if I need to skip any of this. Yeah. Trying to find that one. It must probably in a different document. I wanted to do I was looking at it earlier today, because I wanted to read it. It's probably in a different one. I try to label some of it by, hold on a second. Oh, wait, what's this? Look, there's some notes that says that Jiffy told Comp that she found the severed head Blank in the bucket basement. There's something in the bucket, but he cannot tell what it is. Oh, this is the transcripts. Okay, hold on a second. It's probably a different one. Let's see. All right. Okay. Just give me a minute, boys. Stupid, that wet paper towel that they. Okay. Oh, maybe it's on here. Well, here's some of it, but this isn't the one I was looking for, but that we could probably read this. Hold on 1 second. This, or maybe it's okay, wait here. Hold on, this might be it. Sorry, I don't mean to be scrolling. It's probably making you guys sick. Hold on. This might be what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, I'll just read the maybe the search warrant might. Yeah, I'll read this because it does go through some of the specifics of it. Okay, so so we got, let me make it bigger. So it says, let's start. The facts tending to establish the grounds for issuing a search warrant are as follow. Wait, you're falling asleep? Is it boring? Hey, Jen. All right. Oh, good night, Sarah. You going to bed? Oh, good night. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. You know that song? I can't sing though. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat to see if anybody else came in, and then we'll read this. End up saying crutch. Okay, I guess I did say hi to anybody new. Willow Wren, did I say? Yeah, I said hi to you earlier, right? Okay. Oh, I love the sound of the music. Oh my God. Me and my sister used to sing. We used to watch it every year and sing our hearts out. I used to know all the words. Oh my God. Yes. Hey, Becky. All right. Let me read this now. Okay. So Detective Jen Luberta, being first duly sworn, you're affiant as a 10-year veteran. Okay. I'm going to skip through some of this. On February 23rd at around 3:25 a.m., Brown County Dispatch received a call from a male later identified as blank, who reported that his girlfriend, blank, was located what she believed to be a severed head of her son in a bucket in the basement of their home. Officer Wanish, whom your affiant has relied upon in the past, responded to the address along with other officers and confirmed the contents of the bucket in the basement. When your affiant arrived at the police department for work this morning around 6:30 a.m., Captain Rickles, Richgold or whatever, advised that blank told officers that she was woken up to a door slamming and got up to find that a gold van used by blank's ex-girlfriend, Taylor, Denise Schabusiness, blank was gone, and blank went to the basement to see what was going on and discovered the bucket with her son's head inside. Wait. Okay. Blank and blank gave officers information that Taylor and blank returned to the address around 2 a.m. on February 22nd and went into the basement together. They also report that the two had been in the van that Taylor had been using. So they're talking about Shad and Taylor returned at 2 a.m. They went down to the basement. And it says the department called from February 22nd incident, blah, 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 involving Taylor that stated that she is an escapee from home monitoring. Remember, she's on house arrest and is supposed to be at the apartment, right? The notes that the incident state Taylor was believed to be driving a gold Town and Country minivan and the registered to blah, 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 that Taylor left with his van sometime after midnight. So that's him talking about, yeah, he left sometime after midnight, right? Scott, approximately 5 a.m., blank and Lieutenant Buckman, whatever, went to, okay, so they went to the apartment. They were going to attempt to make contact with Taylor in the apartment number 1, seeing the two specks of a red liquid that resembled blood in the front of the gold van as he walked around the van. As he and Lieutenant Buckman were looking around at the van, the lights flashed and the interior lights went on, causing blank to believe that someone had just used the remote to unlock the system. A few seconds later, blank's report seeing Taylor emerge from the apartment building. Blank reported seeing that what appeared to be dried blood on Taylor's black hooded sweatshirt and sweatpants. Blank also reported noticing that what appeared to be smeared blood on Taylor's hands as he placed her in handcuffs for a Department of Corrections warrant. Transported Taylor to the police department in the interview room. Taylor admitted to strangling and dismembering Shad while she was interviewed by Detective Graff. She also stated that they were in the gold minivan and she was using, which belongs to SMT. Taylor said blank was taken from the blank address and transported to Eastman. Okay, that's not the one I wanted, but you know what? I'm gonna play another part for highlight from the thing. I'm sorry, guys. I can't find the freaking account. The it's making me mad. The one I wanted to read. Oh well. All right, so let me play the next highlight. So we just played that. So let me play wow, we almost got them all done. At least I might be able to find some more, but like for tonight. So we're gonna do when they read the verdict. Wait. No, we're going to do this one first and then we'll do that one. Okay, so we're going to do this called Taylor Schabusiness laughs as judge rules on jury, seeing images of lover, or what does it say? Of lover's head in a bucket. So that it's just like she laughs. Okay. It was a very interesting trial. If you guys haven't seen it, he said I wouldn't mind doing like another video with a little bit even more highlights maybe. because there's still more that maybe we could go over. We'll see. Whooshy. But let me share this. I still have this, and then we're going to do the verdict, and then I'm going to do the one where she texts the lawyer. That's from a hearing. And that's like the first one I ever didn't even know who she was. I don't remember, like, when this happened originally, like, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't hear about it. The first I heard of her was when I saw a video popped up about defendant attacks her lawyer. And that's the first I ever seen of Taylor Schabusiness. All right, let's do this here.
It's just kind of, in my opinion, sort of highly unusual that this picture, of the deceased would be presented to the jury when the doctor can easily testify about, the cause and manner of death. The picture isn't going to really add too much, in my opinion, but I totally respect the court's ruling. I just want to make sure I made all my arguments to the court.
Sure. And I understand that. Photographs can be helpful to juries in understanding what witnesses are testifying to. For example, I think that argument could be made probably regarding every single photograph that's been entered into evidence. And that is, well, we can tell you what it looked like, and so you don't need to see a picture of it. Photos can be helpful. They can. And so I understand that argument. The doctor could just simply describe everything, but the question is this going to be helpful to the jury? And will the prejudicial effect outweigh the probative value? I don't think so. I do think it'll be helpful to the jury. And
Her
so for
face
those reasons, I'm going
crack me up.
to allow it to be admitted. So that's the.
She has this face, like a lot of the time she's just like, I can't even do it. Like, I can't even do the face. But she has that face that she does very often. Or she'll do this, like, I can't. And then she like smirks a little bit, and yeah, it's funny. All right, so wow, wait, my chat is wow. Wait, that was weird. My chat like was froze for a minute. Okay. Hey, Becky. Okay, well, I'm going to play another one. So the next one is going to be the verdict. So yeah, maybe we will do one more highlights where then I'll be a little more organized with the documents. I try to go through them today and pick out ones, but I'm having trouble finding the parts that I picked out to read because there's so many. And what I did was I didn't want to highlight the whole part of the document I wanted to read, why highlight a big chunk? So I like try to like mark it by highlighting the top header for each one, but I'm having trouble finding them. So I'm going to have to we might have to do another Taylor one. Okay, so this is the verdict is delivered. Okay. Verdict is delivered. Okay, share screen. All right.
And my understanding is that the jury has reached a verdict. Is that correct? Yes. Right. If you would hand that to the bailiff then, please. Okay. First verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information, dated this date, July 26, 2023, signed by the foreperson. Second verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of mutilating a corpse as charged in count 2 of the information, dated this date, July 26, 2023, signed by the foreperson. The next verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of third-degree sexual assault as charged in count 3 of the information, dated this date, 26th day of July, 2023, signed by the foreperson. The verdicts appear to be in order. Do either of the parties request that I poll the jury? Mr. Saunders?
No.
Mr. Freilich?
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do what's called polling the jury. It's a very simple process. All I'm going to do is go down the line and ask each of you if this is your verdict. Your answer is either yes or no. I'm going to start in the back corner, ma'am. Are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Ma'am, 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 are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Sir, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Ma'am, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
In the front to the right, ma'am, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Sir, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Sir, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Sir, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Ma'am, are these your verdicts? Okay, the jury has now been polled. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for today, your tasks are concluded. We're going to start tomorrow morning on the second phase, at which point in the beginning I will give you some further instructions, and then we will get underway on that phase. The attorneys and I have a few things that we're going to need to take up before that phase starts, so I'm going to ask that you be in the jury room by 9:15. I want to start right at 9:15, and we will hopefully get our matters resolved ahead of that time. But for today, your service is concluded. I am going to, again, read you that instruction that I've done every day since you've started. Please do not communicate with anyone about this trial or your experience as a juror while you are serving on this jury. Do not use a computer, cell phone, or other electronic device with communication capabilities to share any information about this case. For example, do not communicate by blog, email, text message, Twitter, or in any other way on or off the computer. Do not permit anyone to communicate with you, and if anyone does so despite your telling them not to, you should report that to me. I appreciate that it is tempting when you go home in the evening to discuss this case with another member of your household, but you may not do so. This case must be decided by you, the jurors, based upon the evidence presented in the courtroom. People not serving on this jury have not heard the evidence, and it is improper for them to influence your deliberations and decision in this case. After this trial is completed, you are free to communicate with anyone in any manner. We are done for today. Have a good evening. We will see you tomorrow morning at 8:15 or 9:15 sharp. All rise for the jury. Be seated. Is the matter regarding Dr. O'Donnell still a contested issue? I'm seeing nods from the state.
As of last night, yes.
So here's how we're going to handle this. I've indicated to the jury that I want them to report at 9:15. Mr. Freilich, it's entirely up to you if you want to bring Dr. O'Donnell here tomorrow morning at 8:15.
All right.
But I'm gonna indicate to you the parameters of where.
Oh no, I would love to be on a jury. Are you kidding me?
All
right, hold on. Let me remove this. I would like to be on a jury for something like that. Can you imagine? Oh my God, it'd be so good. I don't know. We're gonna watch that. That's the next one we're gonna watch, where she attacks him. Don't go home and watch zavgirl. Wait, what do you mean? Don't go home and watch zavgirl. What does that mean? Wait, you gotta explain that. She's stoked. Don't go home and watch it. Adai! Adai! But what does that mean? What is my phone doing? Oh. I'm in a weird mood. Sorry, guys. Okay. let me play the next one and then. Wait,
Opinion.
why did I play? I did not mean to play that again. Hold on. There's still so many, like, so much things we could still. I mean, the trial. There's still probably still. We could probably do a part 2. Is my point, right? All right. Are you guys still interested in this case? I still want to, like I said, find a couple more interesting things that in the documents, and then also do look through those ones again to make sure. There might be audio in the one when they go in the house, but I mean, I don't know what good just audio is going to be. Stupid. All right, so here. This one has both angles. Thanks to Sarah, she found all these videos, so I had them ready to play for today. Why I could go through the documents that I didn't do a very good job at finding the parts of the documents that I needed. But what are you gonna do? All right, so let's watch this. So this is just a hearing. This isn't the trial. This is one of her hearings where they'll have like two. It'll show you the angle up front and then the angle to the side. This is her attorney, and he withdrew. So it's like not the attorney that ended up representing her in the trial, because this attorney withdrew. She attacked him. All right, here it is. A t-shirt, then what? R.L. Frost.
Rachel, call. I'm looking at the week of May 15 for the trial. Stop it. Stop it. Rachel, call.
I'll go.
Relax, Taylor.
Taylor, stop.
No, my air is good, R.L. Frost. So the air was broke for a couple weeks, like a couple weeks ago, and when it was broke, it was so hot that I ended up wearing a portable AC.
We're in the courtroom.
So we got the central air fix. Plus, I still have the portable AC because I get really hot easily. So I figured, hey, sometimes it can be cooler up here. So it's plenty cool. I wouldn't be wearing this if it wasn't. It's plenty cool with the air and the portable air. Oh my Lord. I'm getting hungry though. You guys, I probably am going to end it after this. So I am going to do a second part because I also wanted to go through.
You have to go out, sir. Clear the courtroom.
Some other stuff. I feel.
Yep.
Calm down, Mina. Calm down.
Settle down. Peter, settle down.
Love you.
Get your transports back.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her out of here.
So how many? Is there anybody that has not seen this yet? That this is the first time seeing this, where she attacks her lawyer? I gotta know.
Hey, Derek, I got a gun on the ground. What do you have?
Oh, I didn't mean to skip for. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Going off on your attorney, Taylor. Going crazy on your attorney.
Nothing, Michelle. That's the thing. Nothing. We don't know.
Are you able to sit up? Stay here for a minute, all right? Are you able to sit up, Taylor? She can, man. She's going to stay here where she's at. Relax. Let you rest. Yeah, what the fuck did he need? No idea. Okay, cameras. Sorry. Cameras.
I asked Quinn if he needed medical.
Taylor?
Yes.
Was he injured? You okay?
She went.
Okay. But he's okay?
He's okay. I
Have you
asked
sit
him.
up against the door? Okay, we're gonna help you. Okay? So get your feet underneath you. Turn towards me. Just a little bit. No, that's okay. We'll use it.
I Area cleared.
Okay, slide back. Yep. All the way to the door. Your feet just push back. There you go. There you go. Perfect. One more big one. You're good. All right. Just relax. Are you hurt?
No.
You hurt anywhere? Your wrist?
No.
Let's see, you got some bruising.
Any tingling in your fingers or feet or neck? Good. Your vision okay?
All right.
Over, down into the.
What do you want to do?
Do you go to the second floor? Holding?
It's first covered or? Well, we're gonna prelim.
Okay. Is they bring the 7 in? Yeah, let's just go to second. So yeah, we'll stand by there.
Dylan, can you walk?
Oh, yeah.
All right, can you get your shoes on? Get back there.
Got it. 205 monitor. We're moving to the second floor holding.
You doing all right?
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Oh my god, I just spilled this again. Dang it. Hold on. This is the second time. Oh here, hold on. I want to, if you guys didn't, hold on one second. I'm not going to play it all, but here I'll play it just so you can get another look at it. Look, we'll just talk. I'll just mute it. Like, she just out of nowhere, this is her lawyer. I think I have a couple other, I think I might have a couple, like another angle I have. There's a bunch of news stations that did this, the videos. I've seen so many different ones, but I think there might be one other video angle, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's this one. Watch, she's just sitting there. She's just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, nothing like instigates it. It just comes out of nowhere. She must have just had it planned. Kind of funny in a way. It's kind of funny, you gotta admit. I mean, nobody got hurt. She didn't get a good hit or anything. But anyway. Hey, Robot Glock. Oh, we didn't even talk about my gun shooting. Shoot. Well, that's my wind down. That's right. Because a lot of people that just watch, they don't like me, but they might want to see the content or something, or they don't want to hear anything personal about me. That's why I save it for a wind down. So then all those people could leave. Not to be mean, I'm saying, like, if you don't like the stuff where we do the wind down, then now this content's over, so they could leave and I could share the personal stuff. So yeah, it was good, dude. It was like it was about 10 hours. Maybe we got out like a half hour early, passed the test. So I'm going to get my permit. I got to apply. So basically like in Ohio, you don't need anything to carry because they passed the law. You could carry, but we have that extra thing where we actually have a thing to carry, even though you don't need it. Plus we're going to apply for a permit too, where you could go like across state lines, depending. You have more freedom with a gun. You could go into places that serve alcohol with the permit. So I don't have a gun yet because I wanted to test them out to see, what to get or whatever. I only got to shoot 2 different guns. But I'm left-handed, so that I feel like they make guns for right-handers now that I see, because of the magazine and stuff, like where you press the button. It was like I have to get used to a good feel because of it. I feel like it is meant, like the way you hold a gun and stuff, it's like almost meant for right-handers to push it and let it come out. So I just have to get a good way to do it. But so no, I liked it. We did the 22 and a 9mm, and they recommended the 9 because they said there's a lot more like whatever to it. But I was surprised. I was expecting a lot more. What is it, recoil? Especially the 22 wasn't anything. So that's what we started out with. So, and I know that's the smaller one, but And I was just like, like all I was shaking. I was shaking. He was like the guy that was teaching us. He's like beside me, and I'm like shaking. He's like, you don't have to shake. Because I was nervous. I never freaking shot a gun. I didn't know what to expect. I just didn't know what to expect. So I'm like shaking like this. You could see it. Not like it was dangerous shaking, but it was like where I didn't have the best aim. Well, I still aimed pretty good, but where it wasn't, I got better. And he's like, you just stop shaking. Why are you nervous? And I'm like, and then, but then once I did the, first shot, I'm like, wow, I didn't like it. Wasn't even that much at all. Like, so I was expecting way more, which that's what I like to do with life. Expect the worst or way more, which I know that's bad. Like when I tell people that, they're like, that's so negative, but it's not in like a bad way. Like I feel like in my life up until I started doing this, I was like, there was so much stuff that like I was always like with bad stuff happening that I would like, it was almost like so hard because like I wasn't expecting it. So it was like things were just like bam, bam. And it was just like, whoa, like, even with health and deaths and just different things where it was like, because I wasn't expecting it or something, it was just like harder. So now it's like, I'm always like trying to like expect the worst, but not like I'm negative. It's like, so for instance, with that's a little bit different, but like I was expecting it to be like so much. So then when I did it, it was like, oh, that's not much, but the 9 was a lot more when I did the 9, but still, the 9 was probably what I was expecting for like a normal one, like for any size, just for any gun. So then when the 22 was like nothing and the 9 was like, okay, this is what I was expecting it to feel like more. But even in like other stuff, I'm always like, oh, like I'm gonna expect the worst on things. And then like, so if it doesn't happen, the worst, like if it does, the worst does happen, then I'm not like, it's not such a big hit, like, whoa, like it's not as hard to take. But if it doesn't, then I'm like surprised, like happy. If something better happens, it's like, whoa. And then it's like, you're like surprised. Am I making sense? So at first they just had like these squares that we were trying to shoot in, and I was able to like get in the target. And then he made the square smaller. And then I have the target of the guy. I don't know where my mom put it. So when I came home, I put it on the table. Dang it, where who should have brought it up? I don't think I brought it up. I hope she kept it. But then we did it on a person, so then we could take it home. And but we shot a bunch, and then we did the things where you hit the things and it makes the noise. I don't even know what they're called, the plates. There's a bunch of plates and stuff where you just ding ding and you could hear it when you hit it. So we did those. We did like just squares, and then we did the person. And then the class, it took like the hours of the class. And like, it's so tricky. Like, I hope I'd be scared to shoot somebody. I mean, even in self-defense, because I mean, even with true crime, like you see how you can get so screwed. I was telling my mom, I'm like, dude, even before the classes, I was like, man, like I would be afraid, even though if it's self-defense, because it's like, you have to like, everything else has to be not, like you have to basically try everything else, and that's to be your last resort. And even if it is like you feel like you were afraid for your life, like it's still like, it's like the families could still sue you. Like let's say you end up shooting a person and killing them, well then the family could sue you, right? Let's say you shoot and you don't kill them, then it's your word against theirs, right? So let's say like, no, I was feared for my life. Well, no, I didn't, they're going to say the opposite. And then it's like, that's either murder or attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? If you kill them or you don't, and then you go to freaking jail that's your life. So it's still like, you're still not even, like, I would still be afraid to shoot somebody, even if like I was afraid for my life, I feel like, because the system's not, they're still going to get you. They're still going to try. Like I said, even if you kill the person, then the family could come after you and try to sue you, or try to bring you down or whatever. So it's just like, and then you have to think real quick, like, is like for the whole, like different things for self-defense. And then if you're trying to protect your life, how are you able to think all that clear? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, It's so much. It's like, I don't think I would ever even want to use it. I would hope I wouldn't have to, but I feel like it would come to like, I would probably just not be able to use it anyway. Because not only it'd be hard to shoot somebody, but also, even if you feel like, God, I'm going to die, like it would be like, you'd be nervous, like, man, like, is there every other circumstance? Like, because they want you to use any other circumstance before, you know, the deadly force. So let's say, like, they also said, like, the old, like, pepper spray or something, like, you should have that because, like, if you have your gun, like, it depends, like, if you're at your house, and that's one thing. If somebody breaks in, that's, like, probably your easiest bet where you're not going to get in trouble if they come in your house. Like, because at least in Ohio, we're allowed to shoot, you know, if somebody breaks into your house. But the carrying, like if you're out somewhere, they say, like, if you're carrying a gun, then your intent could be to kill. Like, you need to have another form of defense. Like, this is what he was saying. Like, so always carry like a pepper spray or something, or a stun gun or something else, because therefore it's like we're going to try to protect yourself in other ways, but then it's like, okay, so you have to just like use the pepper spray first, and then how are you? And you're going to probably get taken down, and they're going to steal your gun. Like, how do you know when? Oh, it gave me anxiety. I'm never going to freaking use it. It's too much. See, that's the thing. I think they were more focusing like on that if you're carrying it with you and then there's a threat. But like your house, as long as they're inside your house, like if they're just breaking in, you have to wait till they come in. So like if they're like at the front door trying to kick it in, you can't shoot them until they're actually inside your house. But still, you could still get sued. Let's say somebody breaks in, you shoot them, like you could still possibly have to go to trial and maybe get sued or try to fight it even at your house. But you have a better bet because the law, you know, is on your side, and if they're in your house and they see, you know, if you shoot them and they're dead in your house, and obviously they were in your house, you're allowed to, but I mean, you could still have some issues, I would say. But as far as like if you're out, that's like, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it out because I'd be scared. So yeah, so basically they said make sure you always have like a pepper spray or some other form of protection on you with your gun. So therefore, like if you do get arrested or if you do have to use it and you shoot somebody, you could be like, okay, my intent wasn't like, my only form of protection wasn't like to shoot like my gun. That wasn't my intent. Like I wanted to, you know, you see what I'm saying? Like I had the pepper spray in case. But see, that makes no sense to me. Like, because shouldn't it be like, well, I didn't have anything else, but they want you to have another option to protect yourself. But then if you do, then are they going to be like, you should have used that, not your gun? I feel like it's a catch-22. Would that be the right proper use for that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you bring it, then, oh, you should have used that. But if you don't have it, well, this is all I had. But they're like, no, they don't look at it like that. If that's all you had, then that was your intent. You should have had something else to protect yourself. Is that making sense? But I look at it like, but if you have something else, then they're going to want you to use that first. So it's almost like it's probably better to try to use the pepper spray first. If that doesn't work, then use your gun. But by that time, I'm not a pro freaking gun. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a pro where it's like, I'm going to have time to use the pepper spray. That doesn't work. Shoot them. Like, you know what I'm saying? By that time, I'm dead. It's tricky. And then it's like, what constitutes the threat? Like when, okay, somebody just robbing you, but how do you know what they're going to do? You know what I'm saying? So let's say somebody comes up and they like grab you, right? For instance, you think in that moment, you could think, oh my God, they're going to take me, kidnap me and hurt me maybe, right? You shoot them. Well, let's say you shoot them. They don't die. And they say, no, I was just going to rob her. Like I didn't have any weapons. I was just going to grab her wallet. I'm like, you know, homeless, hungry, or something. And then it's like, then to them, it's like, no, she shouldn't have had fear in your life. So then it's like, how do I know though? You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like I would still be able to get in trouble because, but really, like to me, you're a stranger grabbing me. How do I know that you're just trying to grab my wallet or something? You know what I'm saying? So it's tricky. I don't know. I'm never gonna, I don't even know if I ever want to carry it because I don't want to have to. I'm glad I'm going to get one for the house, but yeah. Wait, Trisha, why are you saying nope? It's just it's tricky. It's just wait, I don't think it's crazy. Wait, who's saying it's crazy? I'm confused. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I think, yeah, like I'm pro gun for sure. Like I think we should have it to protect ourselves and we should be able to have it. But I'm just, because of the laws and stuff, what I'm scared of is even if it is self-defense, that you could still get in trouble. Because I mean, we've seen it. The justice system is not always fair. And you could go to prison for life for something that you know, even for like something you didn't do, let alone or something you did and you thought you were protecting yourself. But so it's tricky. It's scary because I don't know. Yeah. So, how was your guys' weekend? Or wait, is it already on? What are you guys doing this weekend? Um, yeah, right. Yeah, I know it's scary. And I thought like after taking that class, like I would feel more secure and like being able to like have the right, you know, to defend myself. But it makes you almost more nervous. But that's why it's like they mentioned like joining one of those clubs. Like there's a few different, I forget what are they called now? I don't know. You could join it. It's a membership, but then they provide like attorneys if you get into a situation. They apply, like if you get sued, there's insurance that helps you. You know what I'm saying? So it might be worth it if you plan on carrying a lot. It probably might be worth being a member to one of them. I just don't know yet if I'm going to be carrying a lot. So I like that I have the option, but I'm just going to. I haven't got a gun yet, so I'm going to go, pick out a gun and then just get more practice at a shooting range, and then decide, if I am going to carry it, because I probably won't carry it regularly, but at least if I have to, yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to get oh, really? Okay. Um, yeah, I know. Because I still don't feel like the 22, I felt real comfortable. But like they said, I mean, they recommend at least get a 9 because like you want to be able to if you are trying to defend yourself, you want to be able to not get the person down, at least, if not kill them. You know what I'm saying? Because if it is a situation where you got to defend yourself and you shoot them and especially like me, I'm not going to be that. I mean, hopefully be somewhat accurate, but I'm not going to be like a awesome, real good, probably aim or as far as, so if you have a 22, you might have to shoot them I don't know. I don't want to even think of it, but they recommended the 9mm. So I am going to I have to practice that because that one I didn't get as much practice with that, and it's a little bit more like, so I just have to practice a little bit more, and then I'll probably get one. And we'll have to get like a safe or something beside your bed or something, or yeah. He'll say, yeah. All right, guys, I'm hungry, but I should just go to bed and not eat. Gosh, nah, I shouldn't. Well, I want something, but I shouldn't. Because it's so late. Dang it. I did so good for a while, like not eating past like, after dinner or a snack, and I didn't eat like, like after like 6 or 7 or something. And now, like the last year, it's just like, oh, I just eat right before bed. I need to break that habit. Gosh. What should I do, you guys? Should I eat a snack? I want one so bad. Well, cereal is good. What kind of cereal? Dang it. I have these almond crisp, like chip cracker things. I'm addicted to them. Oh my God, they're so good. They're like round, like almost like chips, but they're made out of like almonds. They're so, like nut. There's a couple other nut ones, but I get the almond ones. God, has anybody had them? Oh my God, they're so good. I could eat like the box isn't that big, and they come, like those in the bag. There's all that air. So I swear I could eat that box. I could probably eat it one sitting, really, but like I could probably like half a box I could eat easily. But they're not that big, I promise. Okay, yeah. Shy, 420, shy. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you. I don't know what my next live will be if I do another Taylor sometime, but I also want to do another case. Like I keep talking about it, but I haven't really got into another one. I know I have a couple old case files coming. Or I have the one, yeah, but I got to do a current one. I know. Micah, I still have to do that one with Amanda. I haven't done the Micah. We still haven't done that, but now I feel like I'm so behind. There's probably so much stuff out on like it's what's going on with Micah. I feel like all the cases that are big that a lot of the creators are talking about, they're all like into them. So like I'm all like I'm like so behind, like I haven't done any of them. So I feel just like weird, unless if there's like a new case that just happened. Is there? It's weird because it's like there's so many cases that need attention, but for some reason there'll be like a few that all the channels do that so if you do another one, barely anybody will watch you. They just want to do those few main ones that everybody's talking about. And it's like I don't understand, because don't people get like burnt out of like going to all the different channels? I don't know, maybe not. I mean, I see how like I get into a case, a deep dive, and that's I'm zoned into it. But like, yeah, I guess that's what happens. But I wish we could get like people zoned into like a different one. Since it's just hard to bring anything like new to these cases that everybody's doing. So that's why I'm kind of like doing old ones and just trying to find new stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe I could try to do like a new one that nobody's doing, maybe. The Soto and Rogers and Micah, but I still want to do Micah because I've been doing that one. Why I took like a couple weeks, I haven't done it. But what's the other one? I know those two people are. don't know. I'll try to figure it out. Let me know. Email me and let me know. Email me some new cases. I know I always ask you, but remember, you guys, I do end up picking one, when I do a new case. So like I could only do like, a few. I'll try to do like an old one and a new one at the same time or something because I'm only, one person. So I know some of you are probably like, I do email you, but you never do it. But I am picking one. You know what I'm saying? I can't pick them all. So just, when you email me, there'll be one that just sparks my attention that I'll like get into. So just keep emailing me. And because a lot of you guys, get around a lot where you guys are more sometimes familiar with cases I never heard of. I know, I was saying I got to check out the one you told me. I actually looked it up when you said it. I put it on my phone. They're from Ohio? Is she from Ohio? But it looks like it's like a random killing or something. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Bye, everybody. I'll see ya hopefully is it Thursday or Wednesday? Friday? Oh, because it was Thursday. Okay. All right, guys. So we got a weekend. I was like, I stopped myself because I was about to ask, like, hey, do you guys have a nice weekend? Because I thought it was like Monday or Tuesday for a minute. Okay. So yeah, I definitely got to do a live this weekend. We got to find something. So even if I don't have time to like get into like a case where I could like, maybe we could just like, I don't know. Yeah, we got to do something this weekend. Either Saturday or Sunday. All right, bye guys.